win to beat the rival, the border rival especially. So coming out of a win, take me through your coaching philosophy to keep guys grounded. Obviously, you want them to play with confidence. They're gaining confidence every day. What's your approach that way?
I don't change anything. I mean, I think that's the key to all of it. It's like, I mean, in all these, every game, especially you get into league play, nothing that happened the night before has anything to do whatsoever with what's going to happen here at 7:30, you know? Every game takes on a life of its own. You want to keep a consistency in your approach and the mindset that you have to have. You hope the guys are gaining confidence in what we're doing. I thought they had a great day yesterday. That doesn't mean we'll play well tonight. But I think the key is not to change anything or get caught up in that. And the same thing, you're coming off a loss or whatever, you own it, you learn from it. But, you know, if you start to develop some maturity and confidence, you know that the next night's going to be really hard. And like I told you, I mean, USC just, 10, 12 days ago, they're 24th in the country. And, yeah, they took a tough loss at Michigan State. Well, they're not the last team that's going to do that, you know. So they'll be ready to play. They'll be desperate for a win, and they just can't be more desperate than us.
What do you see from them when you watch them on film?
Really athletic, as talented of a team as we've played against. They're elite in transition. The thing that they do best right now, they're number one in the country in free throw rate. You know, so they get fouled and get to the line more than anyone in the country. We've talked about a lot. That really concerns me. That keeps me up at night, you know, and with the lack of depth that we have, especially in the interior, and the, you know, Azara kid for them, number 2, he's the number 1 player in the country at getting fouled, and he's their big. So that poses some challenges for us, you know. So how can we engage these guys and play with some physicality with trying to eliminate cheap fouls and not put our guys on the bench? And, you know, that's what they're going to do. So they put a lot of pressure on the officials. You know, Chad Baker-Mazar is one of those guys that he can get 20 and a half like this, you know. So, again, we've got to play with a level of consistency, do what we do a great job in transition defense, owning the paint defensively, and we got to hold them to one shot. And then just do what we do, execute. You know, they're a team that they've changed a lot of things on defense, you know, game to game. It might take us a little while tonight to kind of figure out, all right, this is how they're guarding us, this is how we can take advantage. But should be fun. Hopefully got a great crowd here tonight, and we'll be ready to rock.
Yeah, good crowd the other night, Tuesday, and, you know, when you start stacking some wins at home, you're undefeated here, it kind of grows, and hopefully tonight is a continuation of that, right? Because it impacts the game positively for the home club.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what makes college sports, college basketball so great, is these venues and the home courts, and when this place has got a great crowd in here, the energy's awesome. And so I don't see any reason to believe why, Friday night, Big Ten, USC, well, what more would you want? So hopefully we'll have a great crowd tonight, and they can kind of be our sixth man here and help will ourselves to victory.
All right, let's go get one.
Thank you.
All right, there he is, the head coach, Nico Medved, sponsored by Planet Fitness. Stay with us. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Do you know how plastic bottles become shirts, shoes, or backpacks? What happens when your recyclables leave your curb? Can they really become something new? Visit WM.com to learn how WM helps turn your plastic bottles into everyday products, giving materials a second life. WM has the recycling infrastructure, innovation, and expertise to serve our Twin Cities community and care for our planet. The recycling process starts and ends with you. Visit WM.com to learn more.
Attention ranch dip lovers, your source for flavor has now arrived with Prairie Farms' new classic ranch dip. It starts with our award-winning sour cream blended with garlic, onion, parsley, and buttermilk to make a superior ranch dip that your taste buds will savor. Look for them at your favorite grocery stores and then visit prairiefarms.com for delicious recipes, coupons, and enter for your chance to win a dairy prize package. Support local dairy farmers with the delicious taste of Prairie Farms' classic ranch dip.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
It takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Know what the happiest bird is? Chicken. Cub fried chicken. Wait, let me rephrase that. Know what bird makes people happiest? Cub fried chicken. Crispy, crunchy, juicy, perfectly seasoned. It's the kind of chicken that disappears faster than you can say, 8 piece, please. Or, let's be real, maybe 12 piece. Because when it comes to fried chicken, more just means more happy. So if you're shopping chicken, shop Cub Fried Chicken and shop happy.
Welcome back to the Golden Gopher pregame show, Minnesota and USC. A little rare Friday night college basketball in the Big Ten. Eric Musselman is with us, the head coach for USC. Of course, his family has great ties here to the University of Minnesota and into the Big Ten, so you get to face these guys now every year. What's it like being back, though, in this building this time of year?
Well, it's the first time I've been back in the building. You know, at one point I thought maybe I came to a game when I was with the Timberwolves, but I hadn't, because when we pulled up for practice the other day and we pulled up in front of Williams Arena, all of a sudden I got goosebumps. I knew exactly where my dad parked. I knew exactly where we walked out of to get in the car after games. And then just, you know, memories of my mom dropping me off out front, me running in the building. At that time, obviously, there was no practice site, so all the practices were right here in Williams Arena, and a lot of great memories. And then just, you know, looking up at that 72 Big Ten championship banner and, you know, taking a picture and sending it to my mom. And so it's, you know, it's pretty cool. And I went to a couple Wolves games while we've been here, and just running into people or people that might have recognized, you know, and it's really nothing, has nothing to do with me. It's all really a tribute to my dad and what his name meant in this state.
And you kind of, I suppose, cut your basketball teeth here. You were what, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old as your dad was coaching this group. So you were a little kid running around here dribbling the basketball, I suppose.
I was. I mean, I remember, you know, Crazy George shower was a big part of the pregame warm-up. And Crazy George and I had worked on a dribbling routine. And it was before the Indiana game when Indiana was undefeated and ranked #1. And so Crazy George walked around Williams Arena trying to find a little kid to come out, and it was obviously prearranged. So I jump out and I do this ball handling drill. The drill ends. I look up to go back and sit next to my mom and got a standing ovation from 19,000 fans. I sat down next to my mom and started crying. My mom said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I wet my pants." As soon as I got the standing ovation. So my mom, you know, her last words of wisdom tonight were, "Don't wet your pants in Williams Arena."
That's good advice, no doubt. Good advice on that. You mentioned you were in town. You're on this crazy, you know, road trip here. 3 games over a week now. 2 games in Michigan, and you got in when on Monday after the Monday game?
Monday night about 3 a.m. And you know, it's the first time in the history of the Big Ten that a team has gone for 3 road games, never gone home. It's much like an NBA schedule, although we would have played 5. I've told our team we would have played 5 games over this 9-game stretch if we were in the NBA. And, you know, the biggest fear of this is, you know, you can't look forward to getting back to 70-degree weather and sunshine, because that's what we're heading back to. I know tomorrow by 9 a.m. I'll be walking on Manhattan Beach and getting 6 miles in on the Strand. But you got to, the players, the coaches, everybody's got to be focused on this game. And then after this game, we'll have played 4 out of 5 of our first 5 games on the road in the Big Ten, which is completely and utterly unheard of. So this is a big game for us. We did not play well at Michigan. We did not play well at Michigan State. And that was coming off of a 9-day layoff because we had the 3 to 4 days off for Christmas. And you know, just as Coach Medved's roster's banged up and they have 2 season-ending injuries. You know, we have 2 season-ending injuries and another player that hasn't played a game. And Rodney Rice, the 20 points, we're missing right now. You could see that in the Michigan and Michigan State game. And Amarion Dickerson is our best defender. He's out. And Elijah Arenas, we hope that this is the last game that he misses. We're hopeful that he'll play at home against Maryland. But, you know, it's funny how injuries work. I actually think Minnesota's better with this roster, and I don't even think it's close. It's no slight on the other guys, but sometimes, and it happened to us at Nevada, we had a point guard go down and Cody Martin got moved to the point guard position, and that made us different and better. And I think right now with Reynolds and his strength, it makes them super unique. And I actually think through the injuries, it's probably made them a better basketball team.
Very good. How about you guys in terms of what you want to see from a response now? As you mentioned, the 2 games you're coming off of and the grit of your team, what do you want to see from that part of it?
Yeah, well, when we lost by 30 at Michigan, I thought we'd respond at Michigan State. I mean, the characteristics of our team, you know, historically has really not been to lose 2 in a row very often. We did it a little bit last year. It was the first year trying to build the culture and everything. Super disappointed with our response there. But as we've tried to dissect this thing, our problems are turnovers right now. Rodney Rice had one of the top turnover ratios in the league. And the problem is with injuries, nobody cares. There's no excuses. So we are searching for who's going to be our point guard and not turn the ball over. That's our biggest thing. And we'll see, Mike, if we have the ability to bounce back. But it really hasn't been our defense. It really hasn't been our rebounding. It hasn't been our ability to get to the free throw line and get FTAs. It's really been ball security and then making shots. If Chad Baker-Mazara is not making shots, it's really difficult for us until Arenas gets back. And we've had a couple guys have no-shows on this road trip that we need to step up.
Last one for you, back to this building. You mentioned you got some goosebumps as the bus pulled up. Not much has changed, I suppose, in the building. It's 100 years old, right?
Nothing's changed. I walked in, I'm like, oh my gosh, building out front looks the same, inside the same. But I think it's one of the most unique, buildings in all of college basketball, and it's got its own historical flair and feel. And my wife flew in. She wasn't at the Michigan game or the Michigan State. That kind of shows the importance of what it means to our family just to play a game back here, and for her to come and see Williams Arena. She's heard all these stories about my dad, saw the plaque right outside of, I think, Section 101, and got to see the banner, and has been texting my mom pictures and videos. So it's a big night for us, but we got to try to play better basketball, and I know it's a big game for the University of Minnesota as well.
Yeah, very good. Good to see you back. Make sure you go to the bathroom before you head out there.
I will.
Mom's advice.
No wetting pants, I promise you that.
Always great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mike.
There he is, Eric Musselman, head coach of the Trojans. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Marsden is a full-service building maintenance provider servicing Gopher Nation since 1952. Marsden has job openings throughout the Twin Cities area and is seeking motivated team members to join our crew. If you have a valid Minnesota driver's license and a reliable vehicle, we want you. Earn over $15 an hour working a full-time cleaning route in your neighborhood. Marsden offers benefits and training and is an equal opportunity employer. If you want a great job with great pay, join our ever-expanding team of building maintenance professionals by visiting marsden.com or call 651-641-1717.
Hey, it's Guardsy for Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. When it comes to your money, you don't want to play one-on-one. You need a team that helps you win. Affinity Plus is a proud partner of Gopher Athletics, and they help you slam dunk your savings, assist your goals, and defend your wallet with great rates and digital tools that actually work. So whether you're driving to the hoop or driving to work, Affinity Plus is the financial teammate that's always got your back. Learn more at affinityplus.org/GoGophers. Affinity Plus, federally insured by NCUA.
The human heart. It doesn't take days off, or hours, minutes, or seconds for that matter. It just keeps beating in steadfast, unrelenting service to each of us. So when your heart needs medical care, doesn't it deserve the most advanced treatments available, delivered by nationally recognized physicians and surgeons? Show your heart some love. Take it to M Health Fairview. Visit mhealthfairview.org/heartcare to learn more.
Know what happy is? Veggies. Crunchy, crispy, colorful, seasonal, aromatic, juicy veggies. Produce at its freshest. Cub produce. Best produce, period. Guaranteed to make you happy or will replace it. No questions asked. Because good produce makes veggie lovers happy. Just remember, fresh, happy. Stale, limp, and wilted, not happy. You want to make a veggie lover happy? Shop Cub for produce. And shop happy.
Welcome back to the Golden Gopher pregame show, sponsored by Launchpad Golf. It's Minnesota and USC, the lone game in the Big Ten tonight. On center stage are these two teams. Stay with us. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Playing the Minnesota Lottery is a great way to add some win to your winter. Because while it's long, winter should be fun. And it's the everyday moments that help us through winter. A hot chocolate waiting when we come inside. An extra set of gloves. A fluffy new winter hat. So win this winter by picking up winter scratch games from the Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Imagine getting insider access to your favorite Gopher student athlete. Exclusive events, behind-the-scenes content, and unique experiences that bring you closer than ever. That's what you get as a member of Dinkytown Athletes. With memberships starting at just $10 a month, every membership directly supports Gopher student athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them grow on campus and beyond. Take your fan experience to the next level. Visit DinkytownAthletes.com today.
Today's game is brought to you by Sleep Number. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Dear Winter, Toyota can't get enough of you. Because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. And that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
Are you looking for concert or sports tickets? As a local Minnesota company, Ticket King is a company you can trust. They have seats to fit every budget and even offer parking or tailgating passes, and all tickets are guaranteed. Each order is personally attended to by one of our dedicated customer service representatives who are committed to providing you with a courteous, professional, quick, convenient experience. Visit us at ticketkingonline.com or call us directly at 612-341-4131.
Welcome back. We're almost ready for big-time Big Ten basketball. Nice crowd filing in. The student section a little light. School not in session. Rest of the lower bowl, though, is starting to fill in. Minnesota and USC. Hey, Gopher fans, if the Gophers win tonight's game, you'll win 6 free wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. This offer valid all season at participating locations throughout Minnesota. A $10 minimum purchase required, and the offer is good for 2 days after each qualifying victory. Buffalo Wild Wings is a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics and the official sports bar of March Madness. The Golden Gophers and the Trojans stay with us. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune to Sirius XM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
For the win! Got it! Let's go!
Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis.
He's got it!
So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Dear Winter, Toyota can't get enough of you. Because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. And that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
Know what the happiest bird is? Chicken. Cub fried chicken. Wait, let me rephrase that. Know what bird makes people happiest? Cub fried chicken. Crispy, crunchy, juicy, perfectly seasoned. It's the kind of chicken that disappears faster than you can say, 8-piece, please. Or, let's be real, maybe 12-piece. Because when it comes to fried chicken, more just means more happy. So if you're shopping chicken, shop Cub fried chicken and shop happy.
This has been the Launchpad Golf pregame show on the Gophers Sports Network from Learfield. Now, turn it up. It's game time.
Going right, takes it right into the paint. Up, yes, and a foul. Anderson layup for the lead. Yeah, the throwdown dunk, and the Gophers have the lead.
Gopher Gopher basketball is brought to you by Minnesota Lottery. If you're game for a little excitement, just say, I'm in. Now, here's the voice of the Gophers, Mike Grimm.
It's time for the starters. Let's go to Jamie Verbrugge, voice of Williams Arena.
Ezra Asar. At guard, number 4, Chad Baker-Mazzara. At forward, number 6, Jacob Kofi. At guard, number 9, Ryan Cornish. And at guard, number 13, Cam Woods. The Trojans are led by head coach Eric Musselman.
There are the starters for USC. By the way, our starting lineup sponsored by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. Eric Musselman in year 2 at USC. His team this year 12-3 overall, 1-3 though in the Big Ten. All 3 of their losses are conference losses. Michigan and Michigan State over the weekend, and then Washington earlier in one of those games in December. Musselman is overall in year 2, 29-21 in LA. 11 years as a college head coach, 250 wins and 114 losses. He's got a couple of Elite 8 appearances, a couple of Sweet 16 appearances at Nevada and Arkansas. And don't forget, he was an NBA head coach both at Golden State and Sacramento. The officials tonight, a veteran crew, Vern Harris, Kevin Brill, and John Floyd. Those are the referees. Golden Gophers come in 10-5 overall, 3-1 in the Big Ten, coming off of that big win over Iowa on Tuesday. Time for the starting lineups, brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealer.
Lineup for your University of Minnesota Golden Gophers. Starting at guard, a 6'4" senior from Denver, Colorado, number 6, Langston Reynolds. At forward, a 6'7" junior from Darien, Illinois, number 3, Bobby Durkin. At forward, a 6'7" senior from Monroe, North Carolina, number 10, Cade Tyson. At forward, a 6'8" junior from San Antonio, Texas, number 5, Jalen Cracker Johnson. And starting at guard for the Golden Gophers, a 6'3" sophomore from Cherry, number 1, Isaac Osama. Coaches are Armand Gates, Brian Cooley, Dave Thorson, Chad Warner, and Aaron Katsuma. The head coach of the University of Minnesota in his first season back at the U, Nico.
There they are, the starting lineups. The Golden Gophers in their home whites with the maroon and gold trim, and road blacks for USC. They also maroon and gold, just slightly different shade of maroon, but maroon nonetheless. A change in their starting lineup, by the way. Cam Woods, a transfer. Interesting story. He didn't play college basketball first semester. He played at Robert Morris last year, entered the portal, and never enrolled anywhere. They had injuries. Next thing you know, they need a guy, and since he wasn't enrolled, he can enroll now. So he's going to be playing in his 4th game. He's going to be making his first start. 6th season, 5 schools in 6 years for the young man, and he's going to get his first start in this one here tonight, Cam Woods. So a slight change. Terrence Williams, who we saw a number of years at Michigan. Last year he got injured at USC, got a medical. He's back. He's been playing just okay at 3 points a night. He'll be coming off the bench now. Gophers, of course, have gone with the same group since early December, and since this group has been the starting lineup, they are 6-1. So we're ready to go. Ezra Asar, senior, Atlanta, Georgia, East Carolina to Utah to USC. Jumping against Jalen Crocker Johnson from Little Rock to Colorado State to Minnesota. Each guy at his 3rd school. That's what college basketball is now, right? Got guys finally finding homes here, and both of these guys certainly have. Crocker Johnson, that big shot the other night against Iowa. John Floyd will throw the ball in the air. He does, and it is controlled by the Trojans of USC. And their point guard will be Cam Woods. As we mentioned, he's a graduate, 6th year, 5 different teams in 6 years. DeKofi, right wing. This is is Baker Mazzara. Did not start at Michigan State. Is back in the starting lineup. He's got the ball right now, and he's been to a few schools. 6 years, 5 teams for him. 6 years, 5 teams for him as well. Nada Cornish with 7 to shoot. Out to their point guard, and he got it to go. Baker Mazzara, a 3 right in front of the bench. And you heard Eric Musselman in the pregame say, if he's not making shots, it's hard to win. And he has to like that for the Trojans. 3-0. They got the first points of the night. Here's Reynolds feeding Crocker Johnson out front. Now to Cade Tyson, left of the arc. Off to Osama. Open 3 in the air. Good. He answers. And we're deadlocked at 3. Each point guard now exchanging threes. And a minute in, it's a trio of points for each team. Baker Mazzara again working on Reynolds. Muscles him up. Deflection and a steal for Minnesota. Awesome with a loose ball. Oh, and then he tried to squeeze a pass into a tight area. It's intercepted. Pass up. Shot, yes, and a foul. And that's those cheap fouls you don't want. Crocker Johnson, the foul on him. The bucket made by Azar, and it's 5-3 USC.
So I've been talking to you about this for like the past 3 games. It's 18 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the game. The guy's going to get the layup. That's one of those ones, Crocker Johnson. Just let him get the 2 points. You know what I mean? It's beginning of the game. There's no need to foul right there. You know, obviously after the turnover for Osma, but however, it is nice to see him knock down the 3. He was 0 for against Iowa, had a good game against Northwestern, but it's good to see. However, you do not want Crocker Johnson getting that first foul like that.
Free throw is good by Asar. He leads the country in free throw attempts. That is his 137th. In fact, 2 of the top 7 free throw attempters in this game. Top 8. Cade Tyson's 8th in the country in free throw attempts. 6-3 USC. They have 6 points on 2 possessions. About as efficient as you can get. Tyson drives in, passes down low, and it's Bobby Durkin, a layup on a feed from Tyson. That's that good back cut, and it's 6-5 USC by 1.
Yeah, good pass right there by Tyson. He got his feet into the lane, drew the defenders, and you know Bobby Buckets is always good for cutting to the basket.
With the ball out front, this is Woods. Passes into the corner to Cornish. He'll launch a 3 from there. It's short, and Osama brings in the rebound for Minnesota. He'll motor up, center of the floor at the block M. One-hand pass to Durkin. In rhythm 3, short, deep rebound, fighting for it. Tyson, and a foul called. And they're going to get Cornish, who was trying to undercut or jump in front of Tyson, his first and the team's first. This USC team, as the Minnesota team, both the same in terms of number of new guys. 9 transfers, 2 high school kids, 11 new players for USC. Remember, Al, we were out in LA and really had fun watching the Gophers a year ago get that win at the Galen Center, come from behind fashion late. They'd love to make it 2 straight years with wins. Here's Reynolds with the Cambria Court logo. Gophers down 1 with the ball. We're 2 minutes in. Crocker Johnson, an open 3 from straight on. It rims out, and the rebound comes off to Kofi. Jacob Kofi out of Seattle. Year 2 for him. He played at Virginia last year, passed down low, and a double team as they have Azar tangled, and now here's a 3. It's no good from the corner. That's Baker Mazzara, and the rebound to Minnesota. Osama brings it up into the offensive end, a between the leg dribble. Chance to take the lead here for Minnesota. Cade Tyson has yet to shoot. He's got it at the slot. Out front, Crocker Johnson. Right wing now, Reynolds finds Tyson. Wide open 3 right side. It's short, and the Gophers are 1 for 4 from 3. The rebound comes off to the Trojans. Baker Mazzara into the offensive end, comes off of a screen, working on Reynolds, throws it up. Oh, and he got it to go. A little bit garbage time there, but he got the bucket, and it's 8-5, Trojans by 3.
Yeah, it was a tough shot right there by Baker Mazzara. However, the Gophers are getting some good looks. That was a great look by Cade Tyson. I'm loving the Florida offense right now.
Here is the pass to Tyson, right wing. Now to Crocker Johnson, reversing left side to Osama. Back to Tyson. He'll fire another 3. That one's good. And we are tied at 8. Cade Tyson, 39% on the year. And it's an 8-8 game.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to him having a big night. It's Friday night. He got the fresh cut. It's prime time playing against USC.
I noticed the fresh haircut as well. On the wing right side out front, this is Jerry Easter, true freshman into the game. He gives back to Asar. Now a backdoor cut. Easter goes up. Shot blocked by Reynolds. Rebound Minnesota. Chance to take the lead. It's Reynolds to Crocker Johnson. 3 left side. Oh, net. Jalen Crocker Johnson missed his first, made his second. Cade Tyson missed his first, made his second. Gophers on a 6-0 run, have a 3-point lead. 16-10 to go, first half. Crowd coming to its feet here at the barn. Out front with the basketball is Kofi. Hands off to Easter, who just had a shot blocked. And, a little cheap foul there on Langston Reynolds on a reach-in. Going back to that block shot earlier by Reynolds. That is part of our block hunger. With that block, the Gophers blocking hunger, presented by Thrivent. Every time the Gophers have a block shot this season, Thrivent donates $25 to Second Harvest Heartland to help block hunger. Gophers have their first sub into the game, Grayson Grove, sponsored by the Minnesota Lottery. Ready to get in the game? Just say, I'm in. Grayson Grove says he's in, and he's been playing very well of late as that first guy off the bench. Crocker Johnson getting a breather into the paint, pass down low, good catch down there, and a slam dunk. 7'4" Gabe Dines out of Independence, Kentucky has the slam dunk, and it's 11-10 Minnesota by 1.
Yeah, and I like that last possession where Crocker Johnson was able to hit the three. The Gophers are going to do that. Once they secure the rebound or like you got a block shot, they want to get out and run on that floor.
Another back cut and another layup by Bobby Durkin. Gophers 13-10. Grayson Grove is 6'9". He's got a 6-inch disadvantage against the guy he's trying to guard right now at 6'9", and that is Dines. He's a transfer from Youngstown State at 7'5". He barely jumped to dunk that ball last time down. He's got the long arms, as you'd guess, at 7'5". Here is Woods trying to drive, cut off at the elbow with 7 to shoot. Minnesota by 3. Tyson poked the ball away. Out of bounds. 6 to shoot. We're at our under 16 timeout. So with 6 on the shot clock, USC will inbound in a tough spot from the corner when we come back from the break. 15:05 to go. First half, Gophers by 3. Gopher fans, turn to the experts at CenterPoint Energy for high-efficiency natural gas equipment rebates for your home and business. See why using natural gas is better for the budget and the environment. For more info, go to centerpointenergy.com/save energy. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
When your home needs a hero, count on Home Hero Services to keep you safe and comfortable every season. Serving the Twin Cities for over 100 years, our team handles it all, from heating and cooling to plumbing and electrical. Whether you need a repair or maintenance, Hero is committed to providing exceptional home service. No shortcuts, just service backed by experience and ready when you need us most. Call Hero Home Services today at 612-238-3585.
Today's game is brought to you by Sleep Number. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Marsden has job openings throughout the Twin Cities area and is seeking motivated team members to join our crew. If you have a valid Minnesota driver's license and a reliable vehicle, we want you. Earn over $18 an hour working a full-time cleaning route in your neighborhood. We have opportunities throughout the metro area. Marsden offers benefits and training and is an equal opportunity employer. If you want a great job with great pay, join our ever-expanding team of building maintenance professionals by visiting marsden.com or calling 651-641-1717 today.
Dear Winter, Toyota can't get enough of you, because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
Welcome back. We're at Williams Arena. Friday night, Big Ten basketball. Minnesota with a 3-point lead on USC. Mike Grimm and Al Nolan with you. And with 15:05 to go in the first, USC will have 6 to inbound and try to get a shot up. Your impression so far of this first 4:55?
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far outside of the foul by Crocker Johnson. Obviously, we want him to be in the game because he's a great player. However, the Gophers are doing a great job on the defensive end. They want to secure that rebound. They're mixing it up. They got some transition buckets, knocking down some threes, also getting some back cuts with Bobby Durkin, with K. Tyson getting in the lane. So I believe they're off to a really good start so far.
Out of the timeout, it stays that same group. Durkin, Osama, Reynolds, Tyson, and Grove. It's Dines, Baker, Mazzara. Williams now into the game. Terrence Williams. for USC. Woods as well. 5 to shoot. Inbound. This is on the drive. Chad Baker Mazzara, and he's got the layup. He's up to 7 of his team's 12, and it's 13-12. That's probably not how they wanted to defend that coming out of the timeout with just 6 to shoot if you're Minnesota. With the ball is Osama. Gives to Grayson Grove. Now back to Durkin. Gophers from 3 are 3 of 6. They started 1 for 4 and then have banged 2 in a row. Here's Grove. They sag off him. Now to Osama. Good screen. Has a 15-footer. Back iron, no. And high forward is the 7-foot 5-inch Dines. He's a Youngstown State transfer. Out front, Baker Mazzara. Lob down low and another layup by the 7-foot 5 kid. It's an 8-inch height disadvantage for the 6'9 Grayson Grove, and USC's out front 14-13. 14-20 to go first half. Here is Reynolds, right side to Tyson. He has the baseline, goes up with a shot, and he got blocked, but a foul called on Ezra Asar. It was an air ball, but good reason. He got caught on that forearm trying to shoot. So Asar leads the country in free throw attempts. He has 1 free throw attempt tonight, and number 8 in the country in free throw attempts is Cade Tyson. He'll be at the line now for the 126th and 127th time. Interesting, though, that's total attempts. Total makes, because Tyson's 82%, he's 5th in total makes. Azar is way down there at number 20 because he is only a 66% foul shooter. Free throw good by Tyson. And we are tied at 14.
He's been doing a great job, Tyson, that is, of making, getting himself to the line and being physical and being aggressive, not just standing out there in the three-point line, but mixing it up. And like you talked about, he's one of the leading free throw makers in the country.
14-14. Free throw is all net again. He's up to 5 points, and the Gophers have a 1-point lead, 15-14. 14:05 to play in this opening half. Baker Mazzara wants to drive on Osama out near the Cambridge Court logo. Instead, he'll pass to Williams on the left wing. Now to Asar. He's outside the stripe. Back to the basket. Kick back out to Woods now. Bouncing again with 13 to shoot to Azar. Gophers in a man. Now they've maybe switched to his own. 3 from straight on, and that's 10 points now for Chad Baker Mazzara. He did not start against Michigan State and had just 4 points. Didn't play a lot of minutes, but that fired him up, as it is now 18-15 USC. Make it 17-15, I beg your pardon. Gophers down 2. Here's the 3 on the other end. Bobby buckets. Bobby Durkin with 7 early points, in Minnesota back out front by 1, 18-17.
Yeah, great job right there by Reynolds coming off the screen from Grayson Grove and getting downhill and drawing the defenders, and one-hand pass to Bobby Buckets in the corner.
With the ball on the wing, right side, right in front of Nico Medved, and the Gopher bench is Woods. Back to Baker Mazzara. Takes up the dribble and gives back to Woods. Wants to drive on Osama. Takes into the block. Pivots. Leans in. Off-balance shot. Good. Boy, they have thrown in some crazy-looking shots as Woods has his first 2, and it's 19-18.
And when you talk to Musselman in the pregame, he said one of the keys to the game is Mazzar knocking down shots, and he's been knocking down some wild ones.
Indeed. Here is a dribble drive by Reynolds. Lobbing back out to Durkin. Gophers reshuffling now. Cade Tyson out front, working on Azar. Not much there. Shovels to Reynolds. Out front, Grove. Back to Reynolds. 8 to shoot. Now they guard Reynolds. Out to Osama. Gets around Woods. Feeds back to Grove. He'll fire a 3 from straight on and knocks it down. His first college 3. He was 0 for 2 from 3. Knocks that one down, and Minnesota leads by 2, 21-19.
You see you, big fella.
Here's a 3. That one no good. That was Baker Mazzara. Pass ahead to Tyson. A 1-on-1. Tyson takes it in. Shot. No, but he drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. Almost a 3-point play chance. Grayson Grove is a pretty good high school shooter. We scratched our heads a little bit to see his free throw percentage at 2 of 13. That's going to give him confidence right there, knocking that 3 down.
Yeah, and I used to watch Thorson last year, always working with him while he was registered.
Yes.
After practice, always shooting jumpers. So it's nice to see him knock that down.
Free throw here for Tyson. He's 2 for 2 at the line. Gophers lead by 2. Eric Musselman talking to the referee, John Floyd. Free throw all net by Tyson. Tyson up to 6 points, averaging 21.7. Kai Shinholster in. Langston Reynolds will get a breather here as we are just about 17 seconds away from the first media timeout, the under-12 timeout. Nice crowd here. Student section a little less than half full, but pretty much the rest of the lower bowl well over 3/4 full, Al.
Yeah, definitely a nice crowd Friday night.
Tyson's next one is rattled in and out. So 1 of 2. Gophers by 3, 22-19. Both teams have been shooting the ball well. 7 of 11 Minnesota, 8 of 12 USC. Baker Mazzara into the paint. Good feed. Bobbled the ball, but getting it back is Azar. In some trouble. Double team. Oh, he got away with a travel. Oh, my my goodness. And the layup is good as he fought through the double team, and it's 22-21, Minnesota by 1. That was a shuffle and a half there. I think an NBA ref might have even called that a travel. Here's Durkin feeling it. That one's short on a heat check three in traffic. Well contested, and USC comes away with it. Woods out front. They hedge on that. He'll drive. Now cut off by Shinholster. 20 to shoot. Baker Mazzara back to Woods at the block M. Now they get it to Dimes, a 7'5" player. Back to Woods between the leg dribble with 10. Double teamed, in some trouble now. Needs some help. Now it's single team. Short corner to Dimes. Back out to Baker Mazzara with 3. With 2. With 1. Just throws up a 3 and it bricks. And Durkin with a good box out and a rebound. Great defense for Minnesota. That's like a turnover almost.
Yeah, that was a great defense to stop, and that's what the Gophers want to get. Limit them one shot, force them to shoot up a tough one.
Asama gets a screen from Grove. 17-footers off the mark. And the rebound to Asar for USC. Minnesota by 1. We're 9 minutes into the basketball game. Now 10:55 to play in the first. Azar sets a screen for Woods. Coming left. Woods, just his 4th game, had joined the team at the end of the first semester. Here's Williams on the drive. He's tied up. It'll be Minnesota ball. Bobby Durkin using those long arms that we reference often. Ties it up. That's a turnover. Gophers will get the football. How about there's a football game going tonight, but this is basketball, I think, Al Nolan. That turnover, by the way, not only helps our team, but also helps the community. Federated Mutual Insurance Company donates $50 for every Gopher turnover. That money goes to Big Brothers, Big Sisters. At Federated Insurance, it's our business to protect yours. And I promise we're playing basketball tonight.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
Gophers by 1. They'll have the ball next. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
This is Mike Grimm for Washburn-McCreevy. 5 generations proudly serving the Twin Cities with distinct funeral and cremation services for over 165 years. Everyone at Washburn-McCreevy wishes new head coach Nico Medved and the Golden Gophers good luck this basketball season. Family owned and family operated since 1857, you can visit washburnmccreevy.com. Washburn-McCreevy and the Golden Gophers, proud of the tradition they've established.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Are you looking for concert or sports tickets? As a local Minnesota company, Ticket King is a company you can trust. They have seats to fit every budget and even offer parking or tailgating passes, and all tickets are guaranteed. Each order is personally attended to by one of our dedicated customer service representatives who are committed to providing you with a courteous, professional, quick, convenient experience. Visit us at ticketkingonline.com or call us directly at 612-341-4131.
The holidays remind us of what matters most: family, love, and being together. At the Welshire Memory Care, residents and families share those moments every day, surrounded by compassionate care and a community that feels like home. As we celebrate this season, let's honor the dignity of our loved ones and cherish the joy they bring. From everyone at the Welshire, may your holidays be filled with peace, comfort, and lasting memories. The Welshire, where dignity, care, and joy live together.
M Health Fairview is Minnesota's home to the most top docs and was just recently recognized as having 4 of the top-ranked hospitals in the state. Visit mhealthfairview.org to learn about world-class care you deserve right in your backyard. Gophers with the basketball coming out of the timeout. Bobby Durkin got his hands on a dribble drive and forced the turnover on the alternating possession. Jalen Crocker-Johnson back into the game with the 1 foul. Durkin stays in. Shinholster stays in, along with Asama and Tyson. Reynolds continues to get a breather, and Grayson Grove gave him good minutes, and now he's going to get a breather. Grove with a 3-point shot, and he set a couple of nice screens as well.
Yeah, they're playing really good defense. However, USC has hit some tough shots. They got away with a couple travels. But as long as they continue to keep the man in front of them and force them to take those long jumpers and don't allow them to get to the basket or draw fouls, and the Gophers should be good.
Gophers 5 of 9 from distance so far. Little full court press here for USC. Minnesota will not be able to run the baseline. Inbound to Asama. Now they will drop into a full court man, so Asama will dribble it up himself. One-hand pass to Tyson, off to Durkin, who's had a nice start to the game. Minnesota by 1, 22-21. With the ball is Crocker Johnson. Back to the basket, way out front. Now to Durkin. Feeding now on the block. Posting up is Osama. He's going to work on Jordan Marsh. Spins into the corner. Shinholster a three. No. Online but short. Rebound ricochets off of Woods and goes to Easter. And into the offensive end is Jordan Marsh, 5'11 junior. Lefty. He'll work left to Woods. Minnesota in a man-to-man. And Woods with the dribble. Gets a screen and a foul. And Crocker Johnson just picked up his second. He was fighting off of a screen, and that reach got him. It wasn't much of a foul, but as you talk about, Al, those are the cheapies. You just can't take the risk. You're not probably going to get a steal there.
Yeah, and we need him out there too much for him to even take the risk. So right there, he just wants to let the guy go, already knowing he has one foul, and he just got back out on the court, and he's such an impact player for us.
I think, too, if he doesn't reach, if he just slides his feet, it's probably not a foul, right?
That's
but the reach just looked like a foul.
Exactly.
And, you know, it doesn't get called all the time, but it does get called some. Here's Brownell, a three on line, but short or long. The rebound to the strong side to Durkin. Good job, box out there. After fast starts, both teams now have not scored in over 2 minutes. Pass down low to Grove. Too deep, and he double dribbled the basketball as he got it, turned, dribbled. I think he thought he maybe lost possession, but the dribble stayed, and so...
Yeah, and Bobby Durkin set him up. That's a tough pass to handle. Usually, coach is always going to blame the guards because he says you want to make sure you lead the big man to the basket or give him a good pass that he can handle. So that one right there, you want Bobby Durkin to give him a nicer pass.
And you're allowed to kind of bounce it to yourself to gather possession. It doesn't count as a dribble, but I think it was a couple dribbles, and then he grabbed it and dribbled again. Here's Marsh on the left side, gets to the baseline and just fumbled the basketball, and Grove comes away with the steal. Turnover number 3 for the Southern California Trojans. We have been stuck at 22-21 for about 3 minutes now. Reynolds with it. They do not guard him to shoot, so he will pass. Gives it to Tyson. Turns the corner into the paint. Lost his footing. Finds Durkin. Now to Shinholster. He'll rifle a three. It's short, and the rebound of the littlest guy out there, Marsh, for USC. Both teams now have gone a little bit cold here. Marsh into the offensive end. Gophers have missed 4 straight shots. 2 by Shinholster. And here's a steal by Shinholster. Back-to-back steals for Minnesota. Outlet to Reynolds, and he'll bring it up into the offensive end. He wants to take it coast to coast. Ball got tipped away. Saved in off of Grove and out of bounds. It'll be USC ball. So after a really efficient start to the first 12 minutes, the last 3 are probably not going to get sent to the Basketball Hall of Fame as how you want to play hoops.
Yeah, and they just have to get back into the offensive flow. I do like that last possession where you called it out about the guy not guarding Reynolds, but he went and set a screen on K. Tyson. So his man was sagging off so hard, K. Tyson was able to turn the corner. So if they're going to sag off and he doesn't have a driving lane, he has to turn to look to be a screener.
Yeah, and Tyson had a lane to the basket, and he kind of stumbled. If it's not a stumble, it's probably a layup. And that kind of short-circuited the play. Brownell is into the game, and a third straight turnover. They try a backdoor, but there was nobody there as Asar stayed at the baseline instead of going to the basket like Brownell thought. Brownell also a transfer, played at Illinois, Chicago, and Sanford, and now at USC, 6'10" graduate as he already has his degree. Here's Tyson on a bit of a cut, works in through traffic, shot up from 12, no, rebound tipped, and it comes off to Asar as he and Grove were going after it. Still at 22-21 Minnesota. Reynolds and a whistle and a foul on Reynolds, and that's his second. So the Gophers' 2 best defensive players, arguably, Reynolds and Crocker Johnson, each with 2 fouls with 8:20 to go, and the lead is 1 here for the Gophers, and a pretty clear grasp of the hip there by Reynolds. Minnesota with 4 fouls, and they're 2 each on those 2 guys.
Yeah, and that's tough. Those are the 2 guys you definitely don't want to have fouls this early in the game.
Baker Mazzara with it out front. Bounces to a Sewer, and the ball is tipped into the backcourt, and it is out of bounds off of Minnesota. Nobody really wanted to chase it. Eric Musselman kind of holding his hands up like, why didn't we chase it? I think if Osama had thought that nobody else was going to chase it, he might have been able to track it down, but I think everyone was just watching.
I agree with you.
Into the offensive end, 5 to shoot here for USC. Shot clock did not reset. And here is a step back three, and it's an air ball underneath a shot blocked, and now it's a shot clock violation, and that's a thriving block for Hunger. Grayson Grove blocked the shot, and we get our under 8 media timeout with 7:56 to go. Minnesota's 0 for its last 5. SC 0 for its last 4. USC's not scored in 4:05. Minnesota's not scored in 4:21. It's still 22-21. Gophers the lead. 7:56 to play first half. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Gopher women's basketball is back at Williams Arena for the 2025-26 season, and single-game tickets are on sale now. Don't miss any of the action and get your tickets now at gophersports.com.
Prairie Farms is a proud supporter of Gopher Athletics and the Student Athlete of the Month. Each time you purchase Prairie Farms dairy products, you are supporting local farm families right here in Minnesota. We're committed to providing the highest quality, award-winning dairy products for your family to enjoy. Visit prairiefarms.com for recipes, coupons, and enter for a chance to win dairy prize packages. Support Minnesota dairy farmers and remember to drink local with Prairie Farms.
The human heart. It doesn't take days off, or hours, minutes, or seconds for that matter. It just keeps beating in steadfast, unrelenting service to each of us. So when your heart needs medical care, doesn't it deserve the most advanced treatments available, delivered by nationally recognized physicians and surgeons? Show your heart some love. Take it to mHealth Fairview. Visit mhealthfairview.org/heartcare to learn more.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball.
7:56 to go first half. Welcome back to Williams Arena. 22-21. The Golden Gophers have the lead. Mike Grimm and Al Nolan with you. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification all across the great state of Minnesota and the entire upper Midwest. This is the Gopher Radio Network. They had a review. Welcome back during the timeout.
Monitor for a timing error, and the ball did hit the rim before the shot clock expired. And SC had the ball when it was called. Therefore, it will be USC's ball with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
So they'll reset the shot clock. So it must have been prior to the block. It must have been on the haphazard three-point attempt. I'm trying to remember when the ball would have hit the rim. Wasn't it an air ball and then a block shot?
That's what I thought.
All right, so we never got a real close look at the replay, but it'll be USC ball with 20 to inbound. Both Reynolds and Crocker Johnson on the bench. Here's a lob in, and it's caught by the big 7'5" man who's got it stripped away by Asama. Another turnover. USC now up to 6 giveaways. Gophers the ball up by 1. Both teams in an offensive slump here. Grove with the basketball out front. They give him the 3. He'll take it. That one's short. Rebound comes off to Woods for USC. Gophers have now missed their last 6. The Trojans have missed their last 6. With the ball out front, Baker Mazzara. He has 10 here in the first half. Comes off of a screen and out of bounds as he threw it to the left. And it was Woods who caught it, but his left heel was on the sideline. 7 turnovers now for USC. And Eric Musselman, in the interview we heard that he did with us in the pregame, he said, we got to find a point guard who's not going to turn it over. And that is one of their issues. Although they give it away about 13 times a night. They're up to 7 already here. Oh, and now here's a bad turnover by the freshman Shinholster, and he tripped Woods after it was stolen. Shinholster just not, I don't know. I mean, what was he not? He threw it to Asama, who was clearly guarded with a guy in between. He threw it right to Woods, in essence. Woods slow getting up.
Yeah, getting a little lackadaisical and just getting used to the offense and just flowing and understanding, like, listen, guys are anticipating.
Question also becomes, Reynolds, do you try to steal some minutes from Reynolds here at the guard position with the 2 fouls, or do you, as long as you're still in it, up 1 or hanging around, do you just try to tread water here?
Yeah, I believe when you're up like this, you just want to tread water and make sure he doesn't get another one.
Asar with it, gives, and a little give and go on the inbound, and Asar has an and 1 as Grove commits the foul. Good inbound play there on a sideline inbound, and Grove's foul is his first, and the first on the Gophers since the Reynolds foul. 6th on the team. And Asar back to the line, and now USC has the lead at 23-22. First point since the 12-plus minute mark. 6 turnovers for USC in the last 5 minutes. Free throw is off the rim and no good. Rebound to Grove. 1 point lead, 23-22, USC by 1. 7 minutes to play here in the half. Grove with it out front, gives to Durkin, now to Shinholster. Shinholster to Grove, back to the basket. Back to Tyson now, working on Asar. Now to Asama, open 3, and he knocked it down. He's got 2 triples, and the Gophers back up top by 2. 23, make it 25-23. 6:40 to go in the half.
Great call right there by Coach Mann to have Asama coming off those 2 screens, and Grayson Grove's man is playing at the basket, so there's nobody ahead.
On another turnover. Diving was Asama, tipped it to Tyson, and here come the Gophers up 2 with the ball. 8 turnovers for Southern Cal. Here's Asama wanting to drive, got nudged, no call. Here's a step back 3, air ball, and out of bounds. And Nico Medved motioning to Asama, pointing to his temples. I don't think that was the shot they probably wanted there. But he just hit the 3, so he's feeling it.
Yeah. I mean, he was 2 for 2 from 3, so he's like, let me hit a little heat check. But at least he got to lick some rim on that one now. Come on, Asama.
Durkin had the heat check earlier, which barely caught iron after he hit one as well. Here's Woods, gives out front to Asar. Asar to Brownell, he'll launch a 3. That's way strong, and the rebound to Tyson for Minnesota. For Tyson, rebound number 2, and the Gophers up 2 with under 6 to go in the half. Tyson got his man in the air, so he steps left for a 3, and it's no good. Shinholster offensive rebound, finds a cutting Tyson, works in, through contact, layup, good. Good job, a second chance opportunity there for the Gophers, and they lead by 4. Those second chance points mean the second chance for hunger, presented by Affinity Plus. Every second chance point all season. Affinity Plus donates $25 to Second Harvest Heartland. As you can hear the crowd talking defense, Gophers by 4, 12 to shoot for USC. Baker Mazzaro, 3, no, but he got fouled by Asama as he undercut Baker Mazzara. Asama's first foul, and it'll be 3 free throws here for Baker Mazzara, we think, because he is injured holding his left hand. We'll see if he stays in the game. The trainer's staying on the bench for the moment. If he goes onto the floor, he would have to come out with Baker Mazzara, but he's going to stay in as he shakes it off.
Yeah, Nike has to be smarter than that. That's his second time fouling a jump shooter, shooting a 3. I know Mazzara, when he shoots a left hand, he kicks out his left foot, but he has to be aware of that. You got to see that on the scout and make sure you don't foul him, young fella.
So 2 shots here for Baker Mazzara. 3 shots, I should say. And yeah, he just kind of tried to cross his face, and when he did so, he caught the leg. Watching that replay too, I agree. I don't think it was one of those like NBA guys where they intentionally want to kick the leg out. I think Isaac just kind of undercut that leg.
And, I watched him at Auburn last year, Mazzara Baker, and that's how he shoots. He shoots with his legs kind of flinging out, so you have to be aware of that and let him land.
It's the second. He's up to 12 points tops on the floor, and the lead is 2, and he can make it 1 here as they go for 4-point advantage after the Tyson bucket.
But both teams are playing, aren't having their best game right now. It's a little bit sloppy on both ends. However, the Gophers are 6 for 15 from the 3-point line, which is what has them in the lead as Mazzara knocks down the last free throw for the 3-point play.
5:25 to go. A little token full court press. We're in the first. Shinholster in the backcourt. Gophers with Crocker, Johnson, and Reynolds on the bench. Asama now gets the ball. He'll bring it up over half court. Gophers by 1. 5:15 to go in the half. Here's Grove out front. Boy, is he really coming to life as his freshman year continues, learning every week, every game. Here's Isaac now on the drive, kick out, ball deflected, and a turnover. And Asar will have a breakaway, can't foul him, and it's a dunk. And USC now on a 5-0 run has a 1-point lead, 28-27. A couple of careless passes from that wing. First Shinholster and that one Asama. Gophers up to 5 turnovers.
Yeah, and this is where they miss Reynolds right now to be able to exchange Osama, let him take a break, go off, and play the 2 guard and let Reynolds run the 1.
Durkin gives to Shinholster, bouncing to Grove. Back to the basket right at the three-point stripe. Wanting a backdoor cut, they stay home. Another back cut, nothing there. Now Tyson wants to drive, gives to Grove, back to Tyson. Ball fake. He had an open 3, but passed it up, dribbled it off of his foot, tracks it down with 3. Step back 3 is blocked by the 7'5" man, and with .2 to shoot, they're going to have to really get a, well, in fact, you got to tip it. They're going to ask for a review here. I think they would like to see a timing situation. When that ball hit, maybe some extra precious tenths ran off it, but they're not going to get the review. And they say no review. So it will have to be a tip here with .2. You can't get a shot off. So it's going to have to be a tip at the rim. They throw it up, and it is sailed out of bounds, volleyballed, and that will be a shot clock violation. So the Gophers are 2 of their last 11 and have a couple of turnovers in that stretch. Now 6 total turnovers.
Yeah, and you also have to remember, a lot of these guys are playing 40 and 39 minutes, and in the Big Ten, it will start to take a toll on you if you're playing that many minutes. So they're going to have to just calm down. Obviously, they're missing 2 of their starters right now, and make sure that they close out the half strong.
Asar lob down low, and it's a slam dunk. Good job there by the 7'5" player. He's got 6, and Nico has to take a timeout. 4:05 to play in the first, and USC is up 3, 30-27. This is a 7-0 run here for Southern Cal. It's a 30 stretch to a full. We'll take the break as well. From jerseys to hats and more fan favorites, find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Know what happy is? Veggies. Crunchy, crispy, colorful, seasonal, aromatic, juicy veggies. Produce at its freshest. Cub produce. Best produce, period. Guaranteed to make you happy or will replace it. No questions asked. Because good produce makes veggie lovers happy. Just remember, fresh, happy. Stale, limp, and wilted, not happy. You want to make a veggie lover happy? Shop Cub for produce and shop happy.
Today's game is brought to you by Sleep Number. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Domino's Mix and Match menu has items for every occasion. Flaked on your friend's open mic night? Flaky bread twists and molten lava cakes should do the trick. Soccer team duty? Medium 2-topping pizzas and stuffed cheesy bread are your best defense. Is it your dog's half birthday? Celebrate his biggish day with savory sandwiches and tender specialty chicken. Mix and match 2 or more items for $6.99 each at Domino's. Ask for this offer. 2-item minimum. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Bone and wings, Red Bull pasta, and pan pizza will cost extra. Local stores set delivery fees and can charge extra for some menu items.
Know what the happiest bird is? Chicken. Cub fried chicken. Wait, let me rephrase that. Know what bird makes people happiest? Cub fried chicken. Crispy, crunchy, juicy, perfectly seasoned. It's the kind of chicken that disappears faster than you can say, 8-piece, please. Or, let's be real, maybe 12-piece. Because when it comes to fried chicken, more just means more happy. So if you're shopping chicken, shop Cub fried chicken and shop happy.
Welcome back. We're at Williams Arena for Friday night college basketball. USC leading Minnesota 30-27. Gophers win up 4, and USC now has scored 7 straight. They had a 3-point attempt foul, 3 free throws, a slam dunk, and another bucket. And all of a sudden, the Gophers are 2 of their last 11, and they, with 2 starters on the bench, key starters, Reynolds and Crocker Johnson, that is. Gophers need to kick it back in gear here.
Yeah, and that's why I bring up fatigue, because they don't look like they have the normal pop that they usually start with right now. They look a little bit like they're dragging, and obviously, with Crocker Johnson only playing 5 minutes and Reynolds playing 9, that's also a part of it as well. But they just have to finish out the half strong until they get the 2 starters back.
Osama gives to Shinholster out front, finds Tyson on the cut, in the middle of the paint, in some trouble, needs some help, and he finds Durkin. Out with 15 to shoot, right wing, back out to Osama, now to Tyson. This USC team playing pretty good defense here tonight. Now to Grove, top of the key, waits with 7, now to Shinholster, comes off of a screen, 16-footer in the air, no good. Rebound tipped by Grove, kept alive, but it's taken by Asar, and the Gophers stay icy cold now, 2 of their last 12. Woods into the offensive end for the Trojans, leading by 3. And the Gophers now in a zone defense here. Eric Musselman screaming a play from the sideline. Gophers in a 2-3. Woods to Baker Mazzara. Now they get to Asar. He's at the free throw line. Pass down low, deflected, but right into the hands of Dines. The 7-5 spins in and has a dunk. Gophers just don't have size to challenge that. He's got 8 points. It's a 9-0 run, 32-27. Season high for him was 16. He's up to 8 already here in the first. Asama into the paint, lost his footing, stays on his feet though. Cross-court pass to Durkin. He drives into the paint, finds Grayson Grove, layup good. There's good offense. And boy, did the Gophers need that. 32-29. The lead now back to 3. 2:40 to play in the half. Zone again for Minnesota. Baker Mazzara left. Now back to the right to Woods. Back to the left. Lob into the short corner. This is the big man Dines. Back to Baker Mazzara. 3 good. And he is on fire with 15 first half points. And it's a 6-point lead. Largest of the night for either team.
Yeah, one of the things the Gophers don't want to do is allow him to get hot and give this USC team confidence. Coach Musselman talked about them missing a number of players and not really playing their best basketball, so the Gophers don't want to allow them to start playing good against them.
Asama will fire a 3. It's no good. Grove the rebound, but he was out of bounds as he tried to save it. He wanted foul, thought he was pushed from behind. Only 3 fouls called the entire half here on USC. Minnesota at 7. 2:07 to play in the half. Minnesota trailing by 6. Gophers led this 22-21. Each team went icy cold for about a 5-minute stretch, and now USC is finding some rhythm offensively, mostly at the hands of Chad Baker Mazzara, who's coming off his worst game of the season, just 4 points at Michigan State. Did not even start that game. Played a season low in minutes as well. The Auburn transfer has been to 5 places in the last 6 years. 10 to shoot here for USC, 1:45 to go in the half. Woods off of a screen, into the paint, floats one up, lobbing maybe. Now the kick out to Williams. Back out for Woods. He'll fire a 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound, though, is coming off to Dines, and it'll be another reset and a second chance point here for USC. Woods against a man-to-man with 10 to shoot. Working right with 1:20 to play in the half. Out front, 3 from Kofi. Back iron, no. And Tyson, had it and then had it stripped away. And it's a third opportunity here for the USC Trojans in a fresh 20. 1:12 to play in the half. Gophers down 6. Good defense. They just got to clear the glass here. Grove on a hard hedge. Woods comes off. Passing. Deflected. Stolen away. Tyson. He bounces for Asama. Back ahead for Cade. He's one-on-one and again lost his footing, and now a foul called. And he's asking for a review. There is no review on a foul. And it will be just the 4th foul on USC. Tyson a couple of times has lost his footing, which also indicates your legs are tired.
Yeah, they're out there huffing and puffing. You can tell right now they're fatigued, and I know exactly what it feels like when you get into Big Ten play, and especially for those guys who have been playing 39, 40 minutes and haven't had too much rest. Now it's starting to hit them, so they're going to have to regroup at halftime, but make sure that they try to finish this half out strong.
Asar the foul. Here's a pass in. Goes to Tyson. Now they work it right to Durkin. Durkin waits, tries to drive. Step back 3 from straight on. No, missed it badly, but also on the offensive rebound. Gophers a second chance point. And they wanted to find Grove, did Tyson, and he didn't cut to the basket. He was boxing out thinking it was a shot, and it's turnover number 7 on Minnesota. 12-second shot clock, game clock difference, so if the Gophers can clear the glass, they will have one more shot this half. USC in no rush here. They could have, if they had gone quickly, gotten outside shot for a 2-for-1, but unlikely, so they're going to hold for a while here. 12 to shoot. Gophers trailing by 6, 35-29. Woods, top of the key. Gives off to Baker Mazzara. Now right side. This is Williams. Drives in. Shot from 14. Rims around and out. Grove the rebound. Gophers with 10 to go, and they'll be able to have a shot. Now 8. Asama jogs it up with 7. With 6 at the block M. With 5. Working left. Comes off a pick. Bouncing down low. Grove tried to dunk it. Got fouled, and he'll have 2 free throws. Foul going to be called on Chad Baker Mazzara, and to the line will be Grayson Grove with 1 second to go in the half. And Grove had the 3 early in the half. He's 1 for 3 from 3 and 1 for 4 from the floor. First free throw attempts, and it has been an adventure for him at the line. 2 of 13 on the season. 15%, and he missed the first one badly there.
Yeah, he got to take his time. However, that was a great pass by Osma to get in the lane. Shot fake the big man, get off his feet and find Grove. Grove will be there all night.
Second one is good by Grove. 6 points for him. And the inbound in the backcourt, three-quarter court shot is no good. And Minnesota will go to the locker room down by 35 to 30, I should say, trailing it here by 5 points. Gophers, when trailing at the half this year, are 1-4. Stick around for the halftime show. It's Straight Ahead. It's sponsored by MN Corn. One of Al Nolan's former teammates, the great Andre Hollins, will be our halftime guest. He is here at the barn. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
You depend on CenterPoint Energy to deliver energy for what matters most to you, your neighbors, and throughout the land of 10,000 lakes, so we can all make a better tomorrow. That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save you money. Look ahead at centerpointenergy.com/futuremn.
I'm Clay Geary, former wide receiver for the Minnesota Gophers.
And I'm Ben Utek, U of M alumni, Super Bowl champion, and Tony Dungy Uncommon Award winner.
We understand championship culture, which is why we are part of the True North family of companies.
True North invests in only elite teams, like the champion team at True North Mergers and Acquisitions, Minnesota's largest seller of companies. To learn more about True North and our diverse family of independently owned companies, visit thetruenorthfamily.com.
Beats, bites, and big plays start here. Mystic Lake's Hop House is now open. Turn up the volume with live music every weekend. Savor all-star flavors that bring the heat, surrounded by wall-to-wall game day action. Legendary nights are on tap at the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination, Hop House. Now open at Mystic Lake Casino Hotel, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Details at mysticlake.com.
Imagine getting insider access to your favorite Gopher student athlete, exclusive events, behind-the-scenes content, and unique experiences that bring you closer than ever. That's what you get as a member of Dinkytown Athletes. With memberships starting at just $10 a month, every membership directly supports Gopher student athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them grow on campus and beyond. Take your fan experience to the next level. Visit DinkytownAthletes.com today.
Gopher basketball is brought to you by Washburn McCreevy Funeral Chapels, proud supporter of Golden Gopher basketball. Welcome to the Gopher Halftime Show, presented by Minnesota Corn Growers Association on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield. Committed to innovation and community. That's Minnesota Corn. Learn more at mncorn.org.
MN Corn brings you the halftime show. Gophers trailing here 35-30. USC the lead. Let's give you the first half summary, sponsored by M Health Fairview, home to the #1 hospital in the Twin Cities and 2 others in the top 10, according to U.S. News and World Report. For top-tier care, visit mhealthfairview.org. Chad Baker Mazzara, 16, leading the way for both teams. He's the only player in double figures on the floor. Sarr with 9 for USC. Dines off the bench with 8, the 7'5" player. And then 2 points for Woods, and that's it. USC has just 4 players in the scoring column. Williams, Corey, Woods, Marsh, Easter, Cornish, Brownell all played and did not score. For Minnesota, 8 for Cade Tyson, 7 for Bobby Durkin, 6 each for Osama and Grove, 3 for Crocker Johnson. Reynolds and Shinholster played and did not score. And the Golden Gophers have a couple guys in foul trouble sitting on the bench for much of that half. Crocker Johnson played just 5 minutes. Langston Reynolds just 9 minutes with foul trouble. And M Health Fairview brings you that scoring summary. All right, 35-30 USC the lead. Mike Grimm and Al Nolan with you here at half. MN Corn sponsors the halftime show. Andre Hollins joins us here courtside. He's getting a handshake from Jordan Taylor, the Badger, who's doing the game on TV.
Yeah.
How about that? I don't know about conspiring with Badgers there.
Yeah, tell him to stop walking around here like he went to school here.
Well, Andre, good to see you. Long time no see, right?
Long time no see. It's great to be here.
We saw Andre and Kendall Shell at Northwestern in that great win last Saturday. What's your impression here of the first half, and how much much fun have you had watching this year's version of the Golden Gophers?
Oh, man, I love how they play together. They stay within themselves. Coach Nico, he's an awesome coach. I like how he has them playing. They're aggressive. They're relentless. And they believe in themselves. So that's always great to see.
Yeah, and what do you think, with them being down 5, Reynolds getting in foul trouble, Crocker Johnson, what do you think they should do coming out this half?
I think we need to honestly cut down on the mistakes. I feel like we had a few too many mistakes than what we normally do. Normally we're pretty solid. I think some of the shots are open shots we need to knock down. Honestly, I know we've had a few. Shinholster's had a few shots that I think we should knock down, and just come out. I think we're in a good position still.
It was funny. We were ready to come on, and we were just chatting briefly, and you said, could you imagine playing against dudes that are 25? You think about Chad Baker-Mazara. You're right. He's 25. Kai Shinholster's trying to guard him. He's 18.
Exactly.
And you got that's like going to the Y and trying to play against old men. You think you can do it, and sometimes you can't.
It's a different ball game. It's a different ball game, especially as a freshman. It's different. It's the speed and the pace, the strength. I don't know. That's where college basketball is. It is what it is, but I still like how we fight. I like our fight a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And I wanted to ask you, man, tell us a little bit about what you're doing now. I know you're back in the sports world, a little agency. Yeah, tell us a little about that.
Yeah, so I transitioned into being an athlete manager with Free Game, actually with Jordan Taylor. He roped me into this profession. What really led me to do it is just what we're all about is built by athletes for athletes, and it's looking at your career from a holistic level, not just from basketball, but also off the court. So just we call it an intelligence ecosystem. So having that financial literacy, having the athletic development and the professional development, and giving you all the resources the student athlete needs to succeed and accomplish their goals.
If people want more info on that, is there a place they can find it?
freegamemanagement.com.
Very good.
Or you can follow me on Instagram at Dre Hollins.
You've got
shout out to IG.
You got it. How's Rachel doing? Last time you guys were here, we talked with her, so we picked you tonight.
Yeah, she's doing great. I was just texting her. She's in Miami. She's watching the unrivaled 3-on-3 league that Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart started. She's down there playing in that. She's actually looking at a couple of the games right now. So I actually will head out to Miami on Sunday. Be out there for a couple weeks and get away from this cold weather.
Yeah, Al and I will be shoveling snow while you do that.
I don't envy you.
Yeah, that'll be nice. I got one question for you. You, Bobby Jackson, Nate Mixon, who wins the one-on-one?
Who wins the one-on-one?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough. Well, of course I got to take me, man. I'm a dog. I'm a dog.
You won the greats. 40 points, baby.
I like it. I love
Bobby Jackson was tough though too, and Nate. That's tough. It'll be a tough matchup.
That's some good Gopher point guard history right there. Well, Andre, always great to see you. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Awesome.
Andre Hollins with us here at half. You got it. MN Corn sponsors a halftime show. Gophers trail by 5, and this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield. Thank you.
This is Mike Grimm, voice of the Golden Gophers. As a business owner, do you have a game plan in place to stay focused on safety and preventing claims? Let our team help support your business. Federated Insurance offers a customizable lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you continue your winning streak. At Federated Mutual Insurance Company, it's our business to protect yours. Proud partner of Golden Gopher Athletics.
Playing the Minnesota Lottery is a great way to add some win to your winter. Because while it's long, winter should be fun. And it's the everyday moments that help us through winter. A hot chocolate waiting when we come inside. An extra set of gloves. A fluffy new winter hat. So win this winter by picking up winter scratch games from the Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Hey Gopher fans, True Stone Financial is proud to present Coming Home. This year we'll once again welcome some of the greatest Gopher student athletes back to campus. It's the homecoming we can all celebrate thanks to your neighborhood credit union, True Stone Financial. From unforgettable plays to championship victories, these alumni have left an indelible mark on Gopher athletics. To learn more, visit gophersports.com/cominghome. True Stone Financial, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
This is Mike Grimm for Washburn McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services with 18 Twin Cities locations. Washburn McCreevy is celebrating more than 165 years of serving Minnesota. When the time comes to remember a loved one and to celebrate life, let Washburn McCreevy guide you. Go to washburnmccreevy.com to find out more. Since 1857, Washburn McCreevy and the Golden Gophers, proud of the tradition they've established.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Minnesota. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
MN Corn brings you the halftime show. Gophers trailing USC by 5, 35-30. Gophers hopefully will be able to play all their starters in half number 2, which is on the way. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Gopher fans, this is Mike Grimm. As a business owner, you understand the importance of protecting your reputation, workplace, employees, and financial assets. Our team is ready to help yours by creating a custom lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you stay at the top of your game. Contact your local Federated representative for more information. Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. Proud partner of Golden Gopher Athletics.
Know what happy is? Veggies. Crunchy, crispy, colorful, seasonal, aromatic, juicy veggies. Produce at its freshest. Cub produce. Best produce, period. Guaranteed to make you happy or will replace it. No questions asked. Because good produce makes veggie lovers happy. Just remember, fresh, happy. Stale, limp, and wilted, not happy. You want to make a veggie lover happy? Shop Cub for produce. And shop happy.
Today's game is brought to you by Sleep Number. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
You can guarantee yourself a Minnesota Maroon and Gold win when you sell your business with True North Mergers and Acquisitions. True North M&A is a local alumni-owned company and a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. True North M&A provides brokerage services to small businesses as well as mergers and acquisition services to companies up to $250 million in revenue. Are you thinking about selling? True North M&A helps you maximize your life's work. Visit TNMA.com for a confidential conversation. Minnesota's largest seller of companies. That's TNMA.com.
Do you know how plastic bottles become shirts, shoes, or backpacks? What happens when your recyclables leave your curb? Can they really become something new? Visit WM.com to learn how WM helps turn your plastic bottles into everyday products, giving materials a second life. WM has the recycling infrastructure, innovation, and expertise to serve our Twin Cities community and care for our planet. The recycling process starts and ends with you. Visit WM.com to learn more.
Welcome back. Halftime show rolls on. Southern Cal leading Minnesota here 35-30. Time to hear from assistant coach Brian Cooley. And coach, what was the message here for the guys at the break?
The message was just hang in there. You know, that obviously was not our best 20 minutes. It was a frustrating half on both ends, to tell you the truth. We got into foul trouble too with a couple of key guys. And so, you know, it was a frustrating half, but we just got to hang in there. Sometimes it's going to happen. We just got to stay together, hang in there.
Yeah, how do you try to, navigate through that foul situation? Even in the first half, like, do you play a guy with two? Do you not play a guy with two? And I'm sure those are all conversations you guys have.
In hindsight, we kind of went back and forth. And, you know, some of those guys are just, a couple of those were preventable fouls, so it's unfortunate. It was close. We started getting some stops there with the lineup we had in the end, and we just, for whatever reason, we just couldn't get it going offensively. They took, Grayson's guy with the big fella and just camped him underneath the rim, so they were really hurting our two-point field goal offense. And we were unable to get anything around the rim. So we just need to have a reset button right now, and that's what Coach Medved did, and we'll be ready to go here the second half.
All right, very good, BC. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there he is, assistant coach Brian Cooley with us here at the break. Gophers trail it by 5:30. Time for a quick halftime scoreboard update brought to you by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics. This is the only game in men's basketball in the Big Ten. Gophers trailing by 5. A couple of other notes. The Gopher men's hockey team ranked 3rd lost tonight out at Penn State 3-0. The Gopher women's hockey team ranked 3rd playing at number 12 Minnesota State Mankato. They got a win 11-3. That means their last 2 games, they beat Sacred Heart last Saturday 14-2. They beat the Mavericks tonight 11-3, so 25-5 in the last 2 weeks. Also, college football playoff semifinal, Indiana leading Oregon at halftime 35-7. Hoosiers.
Yeah, the Hoosiers and the Natty. How does that sound?
Yeah,
if they able to close it out.
They would, of course, the winner of that game, if Indiana holds on, it'd be them. If Oregon rallies, of course, they go. It will take on Miami for all the marbles in Miami at Miami's home field. So that should be a good challenge. All right, what's your thought here on half 2? What does the maroon and gold got to do?
With Reynolds and Crocker Johnson, kind of sitting the first half, I expect those guys to come out with a lot of energy and really pick it up for the team. Reynolds has been electric these past couple games, so look for him to really just be a burst of energy to kind of get these Gophers going and to get the crowd involved. And I know coaches will never say it because, they want to play, but these guys are a little fatigued. I mean, they've only been going 7. They've been playing 40 minutes. I couldn't imagine playing 40 minutes back-to-back games. So these guys are going to have to figure out how to be a little more strategic as well where they're picking their spots. And so, like I said, Crocker Johnson and Reynolds, they should have all the energy in the world right now, not playing that first half. And those should be the guys that they go to get them started.
They will go with the starting group: Crocker Johnson, Reynolds, Tyson, Durkin, and Osama. And you heard Brian Cooley also say it. We mentioned it. Sometimes you just have to not like the second foul for Crocker Johnson. I don't think it's a foul if he just slides his feet, even if there's contact. But when you move, anytime you move that hand down, it's not always called, but you're putting yourself at risk.
Yes, you give the ref a reason to call it. So you're spot on with that. And so he's gonna have to still keep that in mind right now, coming out in these first few minutes where it's like, hey, I'm not gonna be really super aggressive right now. If I do get the big guy, have me at the basket. If he gets a dunk over me, fine. I don't want to get a silly foul and go back on the bench because we need him out there.
And Reynolds is a physical player anyway, so you don't want to take anything from him. You don't want him to start playing weak, and I don't mean that in a weak sense, but you know what I'm saying. You got to keep him in his personality, so that's a fine line for him to walk.
For sure.
All right, Gophers on defense to start. Woods with it. They will start with Dines, the big man, out front. Now to Baker McCara, off-balance shot and a whistle and a foul, just throwing his body into Osama to draw the foul. Isaac's second, and Baker Mazzara will go to the line.
Yeah, and right there was a little miscommunication between Reynolds and Osama. Reynolds told him to switch late, and he tried to switch. By that time, Mazzara already had a step on him. But Gophers are going to have to do a better job of coming out here and making sure they're communicating to close this out and get themselves a 4-on-1.
Kevin Brill and Nico Medved having a discussion. Pretty cheap foul on Osama. We mentioned in the live description of it, Baker Mazzara just kind of threw his body. Isaac was backpedaling, trying to avoid the contact. Free throw is good. That's the foul pressure. And Kevin Brillo just kept saying, no, he moved into him, which he didn't. He was moving away from him.
And the young fella is going to have to learn, once somebody gets by him, he has to let off the gas a little bit and allow them to go, or else he's going to get a foul if he continues to ride him. So I understand what the ref is saying on that one.
Free throw is good. He got them both. He is now at 18 points on the night. And the lead is the largest of the night at 7, 37-30. Minnesota with the ball, 20 seconds into the half. Osama out front. USC being called for only 3 fouls. Here's a shot blocked, and it's off of Reynolds as the block was there by Dines. 7-5. He had a great first half, so he's going to start here in half number 2, and he's had an impact already.
Yeah, and I see Reynolds try to go straight at the big man. However, that's going to be a tough feat with him standing 7'5". He might want to get him off balance before he puts a shot up in front of him.
Woods comes off of a screen, gives out front for Kofi. He was scoreless in the first half. Now back to Baker Mazzara. His shot is good. About a 16-footer, and he's at 20 points, and the lead is 9, 39-30. Little danger zone here for Minnesota. We knew this USC team very talented. They were ranked in the top 25. Oh, and here's a bad pass. Stolen away by Baker Mazzara. Slam dunk. And Nico has to take a timeout. Not even a minute into the half. 19:06 to go, and the lead is 11 as the first 6 points go to Baker Mazzara, who has taken the game over with 23 points. 22 points, I beg your pardon. Nico is hot now as he's screaming. He wanted a technical foul call, I think, on Baker Mazzara after the dunk. He was taunting and no whistle. All right, we'll take the break. Gophers down 11. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Hey, it's Guardsy for Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. You know, when it comes to your money, you don't want to play one-on-one. You need a team that helps you win. Affinity Plus is a proud partner of Gopher Athletics, and they help you slam dunk your savings, assist your goals, and defend your wallet with great rates and digital tools that actually work. So whether you're driving to the hoop or driving to work, Affinity Plus is the financial teammate that's always got your back. Learn more at affinityplus.org/GoGophers. Affinity Plus, federally insured by NCUA.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out on the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts towards your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
Marsden is a full-service building maintenance provider servicing Gopher Nation since 1952. Marsden has job openings throughout the Twin Cities area and is seeking motivated team members to join our crew. If you have a valid Minnesota driver's license and a reliable vehicle, we want you. Earn over $15 an hour working a full-time cleaning route in your neighborhood. Marsden offers benefits and training and is an equal opportunity employer. If you want a great job with great pay, join our ever-expanding team of building maintenance professionals by visiting marsden.com or call 651-641-1717.
Gophers down 11, 41-30. Nico Medved doing his best job of acting out what he is trying to claim with the referee, Kevin Brillo, what Baker Mazzaro does, and you could see him just kind of mime it. He just kind of said he just throws his arms and legs out. You talked about it in the first half, and I could read his lips. He said, "What do you want my defensive guy to do there?"
Yeah.
And I don't think Brillo had a great answer because I don't know what the answer is. I thought on that play, Osama was kind of backpedaling out of the way, and yet there was still contact because the guy threw himself that way. The dunk then happened, and he turned and he taunted and he was talking, and I think Nico thought that maybe should have been a tech because after he dunked it, he then kind of spiked the ball after it came out of the net. Not on purpose, but the ball bounced. Anyway, it is what it is. The Gophers need to pick it up here. That's certainly not why they're down 11. Here is Osama, open 14-footer, all net. Oh, and I've never seen that happen. The net was kind of caught up, and the ball just stayed in the net. And the bucket is good. So the Gophers needed that, and the lead's been cut to 9.
Yeah, now they need to play D. And one of the things they can try doing is taking away Mazzara's left hand because he continues to go left. So if they force him to go right, maybe that'll get him a little uncomfortable and he won't be as hot.
18:40 to go. Reynolds trying to get physical with Baker Mazzara. They hedge on it. Now he's going right off of a screen. Now he has Tyson to work on. Ball fake, got in, finds a cutter, shot good. Nice take there by Kofi, and USC ran a nice play there, 43-32. Gophers down 11 again, 18:20 to play. Into the offensive end, Osama hit a bucket last time, finds Reynolds. He'll fire a three from straight on and hit it. Langston Reynolds, they sag off him, and that time he knocked it down, just his third three of the season. And it's 43-35. The lead is cut to 8. And now an offensive foul set as Osama got knocked down by the man setting the screen, Gabe Dines, the 7'5" junior. And Osama hit him and then flailed to the floor. And it's the first foul of the half for USC, so the Gophers down 8, getting a little momentum here.
Yeah, in the last couple of possessions, they've run a pick and roll with Osama because Dines is guarding Reynolds right now, and he's just sitting down at the big sign, so they're trying to run a pick and roll high with Reynolds and Osama, and that's why Reynolds was open for that three-pointer. And Dines is going to continue to guard Reynolds, and it looks like he's going to give him space.
Yeah, and maybe if Reynolds can knock down a few. Here's a three on the way by Osama, no good, and the rebound to Dines. The outlet for USC to Baker Mazzara. He averages 19 a night. He's got 22 tonight. Woods on the drive. Osama steps in front, and that will likely be a block. And that for Osama now is foul number 3 as he jumped in.
get there, but it was a block. And you could just tell right now the Gophers' feet are kind of stuck in the mud, and they're fatigued, and it's obvious, and it's part of the game. But they're going to have to figure out a way to muster out, some energy, or, like I talked about, once they get that ball moving, get some strategic, some backdoor cuts, give themselves some easy baskets, possibly Tyson continue to attack the basket, get himself to the free throw line. They're going to have to figure out a different way to do it tonight to get the W outside of just energy.
Woods will be the inbound man for USC. Left side as you look in. Baker Mazzara got knocked down. Here's a ball, and it is landing as Azar. No travel call, and they give it now to Baker Mazzara. He jumped, caught it, landed, never did establish a pivot foot. Here's Azar, rolls in, works on Crocker Johnson. No, and the rebound comes off to Tyson, and Cade has a little extra oomph with that rebound, swinging elbows. Here's Durkin, skip past Crocker Johnson, open three, short. Rebound goes straight out of bounds, and it'll be USC ball in the backcourt. Minnesota 1 of 3 on threes here in the second half.
And that's another thing they might want to do. You got a 7'5" guy out there, so when you do get that ball, guys need to flood that three-point line because he's going to rim run and run straight to the basket and try to spot up right there as Crocker Johnson had a good look, just didn't knock it down.
Here's Woods, comes off of a screen. Awesome, a good job sliding that time, not trying to draw a charge. Now back to Baker Mazzara, working on Reynolds. Screen comes out. Now they flush the screen. They pass in. Woods will launch an ugly-looking three that's no good. Rebound batted out. Oh, man. Tyson got fouled and no call, and they say it's off of Tyson. And now they're going to look to see if they want to challenge it. They're going to wait a little bit here, but they're going to play. They're going to stay in, say no review, don't want to risk it. Yeah, it was off Cade. We saw the replay off his left hand, but boy, he got hacked over really two guys on the rebound. He was well positioned, and they just pushed him as he tried to get it. Here is Baker Mazzaro. Again, an off-balance shot. That one no good. Rebound tipped and loose, and Durkin has it. And Durkin will outlet to Awesome. The Gophers are going to have to play a little more physical defensively on these box outs. Here's Durkin out front. One hand pass now to Awesome. Right side Tyson. Tyson working on Kofi. Now back to Crocker Johnson to Reynolds. And again, they sag off him. Now to Tyson. Driving in. 16-footer. Short. Rebound comes off to Woods. Gophers ice cold now. 2 of 6 here in the second half. USC to the offensive end. Woods goes into the paint. Off-balance shot. Short. Rebound tipped. Loose. And it's Langston. And then he got fouled by Asar. And it'll be Gopher ball in the backcourt as he knocked down Reynolds, who was trying to spin away from him.
Yeah, and so you saw on that last possession, on the offensive possession, the big man is literally not guarding Reynolds. He's standing in there in the center circle. So what Reynolds wants to go do is go set a screen for Tyson, go set a screen for Durkin because his man's standing down low to get those guys loose and get an open shot. Or else, he has to be ready to knock down that three again like he did earlier in the half.
Yeah, it changes everything if he knocks a second and third three down, right?
Right.
Here comes Asama into the offensive end. Gets a nice screen from Reynolds. A hesitation move up against the big man. Kick out to Tyson. He drives on Kofi. Spinning in. Up with the shot. Now a foul and an and one for Cade Tyson. His first bucket of the half. And the lead now is cut to 6. And we have a timeout on the floor. 43-37 and a free throw on the way. Tyson in double figures with 10. 15:50 to go second half. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Know what the happiest bird is? Chicken. Cub fried chicken. Wait, let me rephrase that. Know what bird makes people happiest? Cub fried chicken. Crispy, crunchy, juicy, perfectly seasoned. It's the kind of chicken that disappears faster than you can say, 8 piece, please. Or, let's be real, maybe 12 piece. Because when it comes to fried chicken, more just means more happy. So if you're shopping chicken, shop Cub fried chicken and shop happy.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out in the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts towards your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2024 CY industry reported total sales.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Minnesota Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball.
Welcome back. Gophers have a free throw coming up. It will be coming from Cade Tyson, who now has 10 points. Gophers trail by 6. They trailed by 5 at the break. USC came out and jumped them up by 11, and as it stands right now, it's a 6-point game. Hey, the Celeste St. Paul Hotel and Bar is a faithfully restored former convent in the heart of the city. Relax in your room or cloister in the bar and always enjoy complimentary breakfast. A hotel devoted to you like none other. Go to CelesteStPaul.com to book your stay. And don't forget, for Gopher games and other U of M events, the Celeste is a simple Green Line train to campus. Gophers down 6, and the last couple of minutes a little bit more aggressive on both ends, and they can make it a 5-point game here.
Yeah, you're going to need Cade Tyson to continue to be aggressive, coming off those screens and getting into the paint. And right now, obviously he's our most dynamic scorer. So this is the type of game where we need him to really carry us home. He was able to get to the basket and was able to get his body and be physical and draw the foul. So he's going to have to continue to do that. So once the defense draws him, he can kick out to his teammate for some easy buckets. But great move by him. Strong finish.
First Gopher in double figures. Free throw. In and out. He's missed his last 2 now. He's at 10, and it stays at 6. 43-37. He is from the line. He is 3 of 5. He hit his first 3. Woods gives left side, and on the wing, that's Brownell. Back to Woods. Now here is their hot man, Baker Mazzara, into the paint. Off balance, no Tyson. Another rebound for Minnesota. He has stepped up the last 3 or 4 possessions defensively, where he's just like a house of fire down there. He was whirling elbows earlier. That time he just went after the rebound. Here's a ball poked away from Crocker Johnson, but he got it back. Now to Reynolds and now to Durkin. And now here's a bad pass and a steal by Brownell. And Brownell up. Missed the shot. Hindered by Crocker Johnson on a layup. I almost thought he should give it up, right? You don't want to foul, but he did get a hindrance enough to have him miss the layup. And Minnesota the other way. Here's a bounce pass, more safe to Crocker Johnson. They come out and challenge him. Gophers down 6. Langston Reynolds will try another 3. That one's too strong. Deep rebound to Reynolds. Now to Durkin left wing and a second chance opportunity. They come out and challenge Tyson. He comes off of a screen. Working right, takes it in, turning. Now passes back out to Durkin. Had a notion, drives with 8 to shoot. Spinning, feeds Reynolds. Down low, spinning into the pocket, and he got fouled on a shot attempt. Let's see who they get there. Either Baker Mazzara, and that is who they get. It also potentially could have been against their giant down low Dines. And now to the line will be Langston Reynolds, and a chance to make it a 4-point game.
Yeah, see, that time they were able to get 3 or 4 passes, and then they got a nice shot. But they're going to have to continue to attack this defense off of the screen when the big men sacks could get them to rotate. Not necessarily looking to score. There is a mid-range shot there, but you just want to get the defense rotating.
Free throw is no good. Minnesota has been very good at the line. Last 9 games from the line, they are 74%. Only 1 game in the last 9 have they been under 70%. Right now, though, 4 of 8, 50%. Another one coming from Langston, who was 9 for his last 12 in his last 3 games, 75%. 0 for 1 tonight. He's got 3 points. That was the 3 earlier in the half, and this one is good. Hit the front rim and up and over. Lead is 5. That's what it was at half. So the Gophers have fought back to that point. 14:36 to go. Trojans the ball in the lead. Woods off of a screen, working into no man's land left, outside the three-point stripe, working back to the right elbow. Wanting to find someone down low, doesn't. Asar has a mismatch there with Osama trying to fend him off. They get it to him. Osama at 6'3". Working on the 6'9", Asar. Here's a cross-court pass to Woods with 2, with 1. Has to throw up a high-arcing 3, no good. No, and the deep rebound is saved in, and another second chance point. Woods takes it into the lane and up and good. Boy, Gophers need to get more physical on the defensive glass. They have gotten a bunch of stops this half, but have not been able to cleanly get the rebound. That was a deep rebound, admittedly, but you got to clear it. Great defense. Here's Reynolds, gives to Tyson, comes off of a screen. Nice pass back to Reynolds. Shot blocked from behind, out of bounds. It'll stay Minnesota ball. Kofi with the block. Each team now with a couple of block shots.
Yeah,
Gophers trailing by 7. Sorry,
no, you're fine. And with that, they need to, once they secure the rebound, they need to look up a little bit and try to get themselves some transition threes. That's what's going to get the crowd in the game and allow the crowd to carry them through.
13:41 to go. Awesome to inbound. 12 to shoot for Minnesota. Inbound from the left side as you look in. Lobbing in for Crocker Johnson now to Osama. Comes to the top of the key. Waits. Crocker Johnson left wing with 6, with 5. Now to Tyson in the corner with 3. Reynolds waiting with 1. Has to throw up a 3. And he did hit the rim, and the ball bounces, and it's saved in by USC. Good defense there by the Trojans. They can now go back up double digits here if they hit a 3. It's a 7-point game. 13 to play in the ball game. Baker Mazzara finds Asar, back to Baker Mazzara, into the paint, ball deflected, but it comes right to Kofi. He spins and he traveled, and that's a turnover. As he lost his footing just a little bit, he's arguing the play, but it was pretty clear that it was a travel, and it'll be an inbound in the backcourt here for the Golden Gophers, who trail it by 7. Gophers struggled in the first half with a couple of starters on the bench with 2 fouls. They've got all their starters right now, and still, I think, you've hit on it a couple of times, trying to find their legs here. Yes. Skip pass to Reynolds, feeding out to Tyson, comes off of a screen, shuffles, and now gives to Crocker Johnson a 3, and it's an air ball. And the Gophers are not crashing the glass right now. That ball went straight out of bounds. It'll be USC ball, and Williams Arena is very quiet.
Yeah, they need to get a steal here. They're 5th in the Big Ten in steal, so it'd be great to have some active hands and get a steal and try to get this crowd back into it and give them some energy. Woods off of a screen, works to Kofi outside the 3-point stripe, waiting. Minnesota man-to-man defense, back to Woods, and now to Asar, working on Tyson. Back to Woods. They run a 2-man game. They hedge hard on it. Now give to Asar. Works in on Crocker Johnson. Forced back out. Works in. Throws an elbow. Lob up for the big man. No, and they don't get a shot off. Air ball on the last shot. It wouldn't have mattered because it came after the horn on the shot clock. So good D that time by Minnesota. Neither team seems to want to score here for a minute. Yeah, and I'm seeing Coach Sub and Kai Shinholster for Reynolds, and I'm wondering if it's to maybe give them a little bit more shooting and space the floor on the outside now that everybody on the floor can knock down the 3. And not to say he couldn't, but he's a little reluctant right now. His confidence isn't up.
They, in fact, match it. Good call. Now Eric Musselman says, all right, if you want to bring Reynolds out and a shooter in, we're going to take Dines out altogether here. But that is the first we've seen of that strategy where anyone guarding Reynolds, in this case, it was the 7'5" guy, and he just stands in the middle of the paint.
Right.
And it really does limit that back door and those banana cuts and all of that. Shinholster out front. Wide hand dribble behind the back. Now gives to Tyson. Wants to drive, and he got nudged in a foul on Kofi. His 2nd and the team's 5th. And that brings us to our under 12-minute timeout. 11:56 to go. Gophers trailing by 7, hanging in there. 11:56 to play from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Beats, bites, and big plays start here. Mystic Lake's Hop House is now open. Turn up the volume with live music every weekend. Savor all-star flavors that bring the heat, surrounded by wall-to-wall game day action. Legendary nights are on tap at the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination, Hop House. Now open at Mystic Lake Casino Hotel, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Details at mysticlake.com.
Buffalo Wild Wings has partnered with the Gopher men's basketball team for the Gophers Win, You Win promotion this season. After every Gopher men's basketball victory, fans win 6 free wings. The offer is valid at participating Buffalo Wild Wings locations throughout Minnesota with a $10 minimum purchase for 2 days following each Gopher win. Fans are also invited to join the Nico Medved Coaches Show on Tuesdays from 12 to 1 at the Buffalo Wild Wings University of Minnesota location. For full details, visit gophersports.com/BWW. Buffalo Wild Wings is a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics and the official sports bar of March Madness.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. You heard that right. Conquer the stair climber with your partner in climb. Enjoy a post-workout recovery session in the hydro massage and do it all again with access to any of our 2,700 convenient locations. So, you coming? Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month. See Club for details.
Southern Cal leading Minnesota here 45-38. Welcome back to Williams Arena. Mike Grimm and Al Nolan with you. Jake Davis is our engineer. Bobby Blackburn, our Gophers Sports Network producer. Gophers trying to find their second wind a little bit. With all the minutes they've played, playing just 7 now for a number of games, really since December the 1st. first time we've really seen now, it seems that the legs aren't quite under these guys.
Yeah, and it's super obvious. Even with that shot where Crocker Johnson came off the screen and shot the three, his legs weren't under him, so he airballed. So it's very evident that, they have some heavy legs right now, rightfully so. I mean, they've been going on a tear with 7 guys playing 40 minutes, 39 minutes. But, however, they're going to have to figure out a way to dig deep right here. One of the things that I think they might want to do is when they do get that rebound, look to the outlet, try to get Durkin for a 3, try to get Tyson running the wing, or try and get Jayla Crocker Johnson on the trail and get a 3, then get this crowd into it. Once the crowd gets that noise going out, give them a little bit more energy, try to close out these Trojans.
Remember, this Gopher team was down 7 with just under 5 minutes to go last Saturday in Evanston and came back to win. So down 7 here with almost 12 minutes to go. This is certainly not out of reach at this point, like you said. And then you get the crowd going a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm seeing they're showing some old vintage Bill Musselman coaching highlights. Interesting story. Eric Musselman was actually my coach when I played in the G League for the LA Defenders.
Is that right? No kidding.
Yeah, he cut me in everything, but we'll talk about that another time.
Not that you're bitter or anything.
Not at all. I was done by that time.
Yeah, Eric Musselman, quite a coaching path. We can get into it here in the second half. Obviously cut his teeth here as a young boy, not even a teenager when his dad was coaching the Gophers. Here's Osama on the inbound, drives into the block right, needs some help, and gets it to Tyson. Reversing now to Durkin. Durkin finds Crocker Johnson, goes up with a shot, and the ball out of bounds, and they're looking at each other, not sure, and they're going to say it's Minnesota ball. How is it not a foul is the question. Chance to review it here for USC, and they're going to review it. I mean, I don't think the defender... Nope, now they're not going to review it. I think they were trying to get a sub in to give them a better chance to look. And they say they are going to review now. At least the assistants are telling them they do. Yep, they're going to review it. So the shot was an air ball, and I do think this is probably going to go to USC, but he got hammered on the play. And so that's why it was an air ball. But the ball likely is going to come off him. This is now, remember, that was the Dallas Mavericks Timberwolves situation, and that rule then changed later that if it's off of you but you were fouled, it used to be you can't add a foul. That rule in the NBA changed. We'll watch the replay here. He goes up with the ball. He gets crushed on the right arm and the left arm. I mean, both the right arm and left arm. 2 guys fouled him, but it was in his hand. There's the first foul, right? Yeah. Here's the second foul on the left hand, and it goes straight off of his hand and out of bounds. And Vern Harris will watch that replay and say, dang, I missed 2 fouls on 2 different players, and now that team's going to get the basketball.
Yeah, he got mugged a little bit down there.
I mean, it's 2 fouls on 2 different guys, and the guy just swallows the whistle.
But the big fella's going to want to go up strong on that. He don't want to double pump. He don't want to get that ball, bang him, go up strong and finish. But, yeah, this would be a tough one right there for the Gophers if it is overturned. But at the end of the day, they're only down a few possessions. So if they're able to get some stops, and like I said, they haven't been able to get any transition buckets really this half. And that's one of the things that they're really, really good at is mixing it up and getting out and running transition. And using the broken floor as well to try and score some buckets. So that's something they need to look at with this half-court defense of USC kind of being stout and really holding the Gophers down right now.
Right now, let's see, they're going to make the announcement here. Let's listen.
Reverse, it'll be black ball underneath. USC still holds on to their challenge and their timeout.
And that's the official who either had his eyes closed or just was too lazy to blow the whistle on the 2 fouls on the 2 different guys, Vern Harris. And so it'll be USC ball in the backcourt.
Yeah, and even on the offensive end, Cade has come off a couple handoffs. I mean, he's had that short jumper. He's going to have to rise up and shoot that short jumper. Nobody else right now can score the basketball or even create their own shot, so he's going to have to really pull us along right now.
Woods into the offensive end, gives out front for Baker Mazzara. He's been their go-to man, 22 points. Reynolds still on the bench for Minnesota. Now to Assar, back to the basket, working on Crocker Johnson. Kick back out now to Cornish. Right side, Brownell, back to Cornish. Ball fake, works toward the paint, got cut off, lost the ball, got it back, 4 to shoot, in some trouble, 1 to shoot, way out front. Here's an off-balance 3. Oh, my goodness, and he hit it. Baker Mazzara, I mean, he just flung it up from his hip from 26, 27 feet. And when it's your night, it's your night. He's got 26, and it's a 10-point lead, 48-38. And Williams Arena quiet again here. Crocker Johnson working on Brownell. Takes it right to him. Got his man up in the air. Got fouled and got the and one as he made the bucket. Good job as he went right through the chest of Brownell. And that cuts it to 8, 48-40.
Yeah, he did a great job, like you said right there, not leaving it in the ref's hands. He went to the basket strong, and I always talk about him having those LeBron James measurables. Put his body into the man, put it into his chest, and went up and got the and one. Great job right there by Crocker Johnson. We're going to need to see more of that if they want to win this game.
All right, then. Now what do we got? Vern Harris sticking his nose in it again here. And another review of some sort. Let's listen to the microphone here. Let's see if he announces ahead of time here.
USC is challenging a call for a possible flagrant foul. An appeal, I'm sorry, an appeal, not a challenge.
So we have not seen the replay. That would have to be something that we were blocked by. Maybe they think he led with the elbow here.
I just think he put his shoulder into the guy. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, he rose up and he did with his elbow, hit him in the face, but he's shooting the basketball. Like it's kind of hard to, yeah.
It'll be 2 shots, and USC is charged a timeout.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. You took it kind of on the cheek, but when you're shooting the basketball and the guy is, I mean, that one you couldn't really overturn on a flagrant. So Crocker Johnson will go to the line to complete the and one. So USC loses a timeout there. Each team now with 2 timeouts. Gophers down 8, and this can get it back to 7. I mean, Baker Mazzara, how about, I mean, he's an unorthodox player anyway.
Right.
Whew. What a night he's had. Free throw by Crocker Johnson is no good. And Minnesota now 5 of 10 from the line as that raises its head again for the first time in a while. Here's USC up by 8. Cornish gives out front. Now he's got it back. Takes it into the paint. Shot up and good. Over Crocker Johnson. He just kind of flipped it over him as he rose up. And it's back to 10, 50-40. 10-20 to play in the basketball game. Gophers got to kick it in gear, see if they can find an extra gear. Tyson works in, lost the ball, and it's rolling out of bounds. It'll stay Gopher ball. That's another time Tyson just, I think his legs are tired.
Oh, yeah.
Right? He just fell to the deck there trying to make a move. Like his feet just didn't want to go.
Oh, yeah. It's evident. Because he had a small guy on him. He was ready to go to the basket.
Inbound man will be Tyson, lobs it in, and it is nearly stolen. Good job by Crocker Johnson. Boy, they gave him a lane, but he didn't recognize, and now it's poked away again. And it will be it'll be USC ball as he got his hands on it after it was tipped away.
And that's how you know it's fatigue, because they're having a lot of brain fart type of turnovers where it's just like, what is that? But it's mental fatigue, it's body fatigue. But however, you know, when you're between the lines, they say there's no excuses. I do get it, but they're going to have to figure out how to dig deep right here if they want to get this W.
Here is Baker Mazzara, finds Assar, now an underhand to Woods out front. Quick double team on a hedge, and now they back down. Woods finds in the corner. This is Kofi, a 3 that's good. His 8th 3 of the year, and it's a 13-point lead, largest of the night here for the Trojans. Minnesota with just 10 second-half points in almost 11 minutes. Awesome on the wing left, and another bad pass that was nearly stolen. Luckily, he tracked down the deflection. USC just a step quicker here in this one tonight. Now to Shinholster, out front Crocker Johnson. One dribble, waits. 4 to shoot, now to Durkin. He'll launch a 3 and hit the 3. They needed that. He's in double figures with 10, a pair of threes. The lead is 10 for USC, 53-43. 9 minutes to play. Reynolds set to check in next dead ball. Assar into Baker Mazzara, layup good. As he turned the corner, he's got 28, and now in the backcourt a foul on Baker Mazzara as he was holding Osama. Or was it just a warning? No, sorry, not a foul. As he made the shot, he and Osama ran into each other, and then he hit the ball, I think is what happened.
Yeah, and I want to point out, too, this is one of those things where we always talk about those loud arenas in Nebraska and Purdue. It doesn't take for the team to do something for the crowd to get in it, knowing, like, hey, we need to get these guys going. So that's one thing that they need right now. They need Gopher fans right now to help with them push through with them being fatigued like this.
Yeah, it can't be quiet here, right? You got to get this guy and this team pumped up. Here's Osama, finds Tyson. Oh, he had an open three and passed. Instead, drives in, and he got tied up. And it'll stay Minnesota ball. The crowd thought it should have been a foul. Tyson lost his footing again. It'll stay Gopher ball. Possession arrow favors them. USC was 6 fouls in the second half. Minnesota just 2. We'll get a better angle here, and now there's probably a foul there too, but Gophers will stay in control. 15 to shoot, inbound to Reynolds, left wide open again. Once he comes in, back comes in the tall guy, Dines. Osama bounces to Reynolds, now to Durkin. Reynolds sets a screen for Durkin. Now left side Osama with 4 to shoot. Isaac into the paint, kick out Durkin, who just hit the 3. Got his man in the air, fires a 3, and he hit a 3. 13 for Bobby Durkin. Let's see if Bobby Buckets heats up. Here comes the crowd. The lead's cut to 9. 55-46. And the crowd wanting to stop here. Woods on the left wing is to Asar out front. One dribble and off to Kofi. Kofi a jab step on Reynolds. Backing him down. Langston trying to keep his footing. Now to Asar into the paint. Lost it. Now to Kofi. Back to Asar. Lost it once, twice. How long in the lane? A double dribble. No call. And 3 seconds finally called. And listen to the crowd now. That will bring us to our under 8-minute timeout. The lead cut to 9. Durkin with a couple of threes. Gophers get a stop. Don't go away. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Gopher fans, make the most of your stay in the Twin Cities by staying at the Gopher Athletics Preferred Hotel, Courtyard, Minneapolis downtown. Our preferred hotel offers convenient location, competitive pricing, and a wide variety of amenities to suit any Gopher fan. Visit gophersports.com/preferred hotels for more information and to book your next stay. Courtyard Minneapolis downtown is a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
United Healthcare is a proud presenting partner of the 2026 Special Olympics USA Games because we share their vision of a world where everyone belongs and ability triumphs. We stand with the Special Olympics athletes, families, and communities as a proud supporter, just as we stand with our members every step of their journey of health, because we know what it means to have a personal cheering section and supporter on your side when you move through life's obstacles and get back into the race. United Healthcare, your hometown healthcare plan.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Washburn-McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services, family-owned and celebrating over 165 years of serving families in the Twin Cities, and a proud supporter of Gopher basketball. Visit the website at washburnmccreevy.com. 7:54 to play. Welcome back. We're in the Federated Insurance broadcast booth here at Williams Arena. Gophers down 9. They trailed by 13. A couple of threes here by Bobby Durkin and a defensive stop on a 3-second violation have gotten the Gopher fans back into this game, and now they're throwing some T-shirts, and Gophers now could desperately use a bucket on offense.
Definitely, and if they need a bucket, Bobby just hit a few, so they're going to want to go back to him, and they're going to want to use Langston Reynolds, as Coach has been doing. He's been doing that. He has Langston Reynolds at the top of the key, screening guys because Langston Reynolds' man is sagging so far off him. And Gopher fans, listen, Langston Reynolds is standing at the three-point line. His man is standing right in front of the basket. That's how far off him he's sagging right now. So if he goes set a screen on Bobby's guy, and Bobby continues to come off, he's hot right now, that is kind of their best bet, or Cade Tyson. But those two need to look to be aggressive right now.
Out of the timeout, Gophers with their starting group. Eric Musselman spent much of the early part of that timeout talking to John Floyd, the referee, and if I could interpret, and again, it's an interpretation, so no way of really knowing from where we're at, he kept kind of throwing the elbow like he was shooting. I think he was still talking about that Crocker Johnson shot.
I told you I played for him. He's a fiery guy. I've been in the locker room with him.
No doubt about it. And then he let Vern Harris hear about it, too, just right there as Harris came down. All right, Gophers down 9, and here they come. 7:45 to go. Make it 55-46. Osama out front, waits. Now gets to Tyson on the right wing, back to Osama. Between the circles. Waiting is Isaac. Couple of cuts. Tyson comes off of his screen. Spinning. 3 in the air. Air ball. Rebound Reynolds. Spinning. Kick out. Here's Osama, a 3 in the air. That one's too strong. Reynolds the rebound. He takes it in. Pump fake. Layup. Good. Langston Reynolds with 5. Make it 6 in the lead. 7. 55-48. And here comes the crowd again. 7-point ball game. 7:15 to go. Armand Gates, assistant coach, he's orchestrating this crowd now on the sideline. Woods comes off of a screen from Assar. Out front, Kofi. Kofi pass down low to Assar. Oh, and a tip ball and a foul on Cade Tyson, his first and the team's third. They'll put 20 back on the shot clock. It'll be an inbound underneath. Tried to come up through. Would have been a great defensive play if he were a defensive back in football, but in basketball, that's a foul.
Yeah, not a bad foul, because if he missed that ball, he was beat at the basket too, so not a bad foul.
Baker Mazzara inbounds. Sarr with it, right wing. Now back to Baker Mazzara, and Reynolds a foul. And crowd oohing and eyeing, but it was a good sell job by Baker Mazzara, but Reynolds was trying to be physical with him, no question. Oof. Watching that replay. Oh, and now Reynolds got hit in the face on the inbound. No call there. And now Baker Mazzara working on Reynolds, who wants to muscle him up. Trying to work on him. Between the legs, comes off of a screen. Double teamed, in trouble. Lost it, got it back. Not a double dribble call. And now a foul on Osama. And Nico is out to half court screaming. How's it not a double dribble? He picked up the dribble, let the ball go, and then picked it up again.
Yeah, I think the ref's going to say that one of the Gophers knocked the ball out of his hand is what he'd like to say.
I think he just let the ball go. See, he just let it go.
Yeah, that was a double for sure. They missed that one.
Just ridiculous. Nico is asking for a review. I don't think that is reviewable.
Gopher fans giving it to the ref a little bit here with the
Nico's trying to get the ref's attention, and they're just ignoring him. The crowd booing. Kevin Brillo waves him off. And now the three guys are going to come together here.
Would there be able to review anything right there?
I don't think double dribbles for review here. Vern Harris, Kevin Brillo talking, and now coming over to Nico. And Nico and Vern Harris having a fairly animated discussion. And now, I'm not sure what's happening here, just a long discussion. Gophers now coming over toward their bench. Eric Musselman's like, what are we doing? Nobody's called a timeout. 6:46 to play. Gophers down 7. Thought they had a stop, maybe forced a double dribble. And after all of that, it'll be in free throws here for Assar, who got fouled by Osama after the double dribble. Only game in the Big Ten tonight. Assar, the free throw. Missed the first. He'll have a second. Osama will get a breather here. He's got 4 fouls. And so we'll see how long he sits. Shin holster in. We've not seen Grove here in the second half. And Assar at the line. He hit the second one. He's up to 10 points. Gophers with an inbound in the backcourt. The lead is 8, 56-48. That was a tough one. You thought you got a double dribble on a great double team, and no call, and then a foul on a block shot attempt. Here's Crocker Johnson, well away from the basket, hands off to Shinholster. Not a Reynolds, bobbled, gets it back. Not a Durkin, who's hit a couple of threes here. Not a Reynolds, they sag off him. Crowd urging him to shoot, he won't. Instead off of Durkin. Durkin back to Reynolds. Reynolds wants to drive, spins in, ball fake, right hand shot, good. Part of the paint from about 8 feet, and the lead is 6 for Southern Cal. 56-50. Crowd again coming to its feet. 6:10 to play.
Well, this is what the Gophers need right here. They need that crowd noise and got to dig deep and get a stop.
Woods on the wing left. Giving now to Baker Mazzara. He's hedged. Pass goes into Asar. Trying to find a cut to Kofi. Shot no. Whistle blocked. And that is going to be 3 on Crocker Johnson. And to the line will be Kofi. USC had their own little huddle themselves there trying to milk a free timeout. Now Kofi to the line. 5:51 to go. The lead 6, 2-possession game. And Kofi on the year, 59%. Free throw is good. He's got 6 points all here in the second half, and the lead is 7. Gophers have been outscored here in the second half now by 2. They trailed by 5 at the half, trailed by 11 and then 13 earlier in the half. Kofi, sophomore, played at Virginia last year. He's out of Seattle. And a starter for the Trojans this year. He hit both free throws, and he's got 7. He was a 75% free throw shooter last year, 60 so far this year, but he hit those, and it's 58-50. Trojans by 8, 5:45 to play. Tyson just 2 points here in the second half. Here's Reynolds at 3. That's off the rim, no. Rebound tipped and off of USC.
Yeah, and for basketball fans, it makes it that much harder to shoot when you're not necessarily a shooter and a guy just all the way off you, daring you to shoot in front of 9,000 people.
No question. And Reynolds has been almost every other year three-point percentage, over 30, under 30, over 30, and now this year under 30. Here's Reynolds out front. Again, they sag off him. They find Durkin. Durkin back to Reynolds. Now back to Durkin with 10. Crocker Johnson in the mid-post against Asar. Back to the basket. Spinning. Goes up with a left-handed hook. No, put back there by Reynolds because he was not being guarded or boxed out. He's got 10, and the lead again is 6 for USC. 58-52. Defense again now going to have to step up. Woods dribbled it. No, tipped out by, I thought for a moment maybe he lost it, but it was tipped out by either Shinholster or Crocker Johnson. 20 to shoot here for SC. 5:08 to play and a 6-point advantage for the Trojans.
Yeah, you're going to need one of those guys to come up with a big steal right here.
Kofi now to inbound right in front of the Trojan bench. He needs to find somebody and has to take, no, I thought he had to take a timeout. It looked like he signaled timeout, but he finally did get it in to Woods. Comes off of a high screen of Woods that is, finds Asar with 8 to shoot. Asar bounces to Kofi. His shot is up, in and out, and back in. He's got 4 in a row. And Kofi's having a nice half. He's got 9 all in the second, and it's 60-52. USC by 8. 4:40 to play. Shinholster now a hold on Kofi as Tyson trying to fight through a screen. We'll put Tyson at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. He is 3 for 5 at the line tonight, and a 1-and-1.
Yeah, Reynolds, even though the guys have been guarding him like you talked about, he's been doing a good job of getting down there and playing around the basket. He's been able to get a couple layups, and he's not forcing it and doing a good job of just running through the offense. And now that they have him in the bonus, Gophers need to continue to look to be aggressive, try to get to that free throw line.
Free throw for Tyson is short, but he got his own rebound, spinning, got fouled again. That's 3 times this year, Al, where he knows he's missed it, and he just charges in and gets the rebound.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he knows it, but the boys are gassed. You could just see it.
Yeah, They need to find a little jet fuel somewhere here.
They do. But it's understandable.
No doubt. USC's trying to call a huddle. Like, I've never seen a team delay the game as much as the Trojans have tonight, just huddling or bouncing the ball somewhere. Whatever, but Tyson's ready to shoot a free throw, and Azar's trying to get the team off the line to ice him. Like, hold a huddle out at the top of the key.
Yeah.
Free throw good by Tyson, and he's up to 11, and he'll have another.
They're going to have to dig deep. They got to make this one ugly. These last 4 minutes and 38 seconds, they got to make this ugly.
Free throw is front rim and then up and over. So Tyson trying to dial it in. He's got a dozen. The lead 6, 2-possession game. 60-54. USC, 4.5 to play. Woods, they hedge on him, working left. Now to Asar out front. Now back to Baker Mazzara with 27 points tonight. Oh, and Reynolds picked his pocket. He's bringing it the other way for a throwdown. And the lead is 4. Reynolds coming to life. There's the jet fuel. And it's a 4-point contest, 60-56. 4:05 to play. Woods coming off of a screen right. Out front to Azar, waves off. One man, and now waiting with 14. Back to Baker Mazzara, 16-footer, no good. Rebound tip. Oh, and Shinholster couldn't quite hold on. And that brings us to our final media timeout. Southern Cal 60, Minnesota 56, 3:51 to play. USC will have the ball in an underneath inbound when we come back. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Minnesota Gopher Premium Suites are your ticket to unforgettable game days.
Steps into the circle, he scores!
Enjoy exclusive amenities, prime views, and a private space to cheer on the maroon and gold with friends, family, or clients. Whether you're closing deals or making memories, a premium suite takes your Gopher game day experience to the next level. Elevates for a 3. Got it! Don't miss out. Suites are limited. Visit gophersports.com/premium. Elevate your game day experience.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. You heard that right. Conquer the stair climber with your partner in climb. Enjoy a post-workout recovery session in the hydro massage and do it all again with access to any of our 2,700 convenient locations. So, you coming? Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month. See Club for details.
Hey, it's Guardsy for Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. You know, when it comes to your money, you don't want to play one-on-one. You need a team that helps you win. Affinity Plus is a proud partner of Gopher Athletics, and they help you slam dunk your savings, assist your goals, and defend your wallet with great rates and digital tools that actually work. So whether you're driving to the hoop or driving to work, Affinity Plus is the financial teammate that's always got your back. Learn more at affinityplus.org/GoGophers. Affinity Plus, federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back. We're at Williams Arena. Mike Grimm and Al Nolan with you. Our on-site engineer, Jake Davis. Bobby Blackburn, our Gopher Sports Network producer. And Minnesota with 3:51 to play here at the barn, trailing Southern Cal by 6. USC has led the entire second half and, in fact, has led the game from about the 8-minute mark when they took the lead 23-22, and they've not given the lead up. They led by 13 earlier in the half, 11 a couple of times. The Gophers have chipped away and cut it to 4. If you're just joining us, they've stayed with it, Al, and now a 2-possession game. They're on defense, are the Gophers, but they're here. It's an opportunity to potentially steal this thing.
Yeah, they're right here. They're right here. And we talked about them needing a big steal. Reynolds came up with a big steal, got the crowd going with the fiery dunk. Now you need another teammate to have a nice burst. Austin is just sitting on the bench. He needs to come out there and give you something with the guy's legs being a little bit shot. However, they got 3 minutes and 51 seconds to finish it out and only down 2 possessions.
On the floor for Minnesota, it's the starting 5. Osama, Crocker Johnson, Tyson, Reynolds, and Durkin. Durkin and Tyson have played all 36 minutes tonight so far. Inbound, Woods needs to find somebody, and it's tipped away by Reynolds. And somehow 3 seconds clicked off that. That can't be right? They're going to have to review or add at least 2 seconds. There was a quick tip there. And they do add 2 to make it 19. So, another inbound. They lob it in for Dines. Working on Crocker Johnson. Bounces nearly stolen. Reynolds was in the passing lane, but Baker Mazzaro was able to track it down. 10 to shoot here. Asal with it now. Asar, that is. He's doubled. Kick out to Woods. Now to the man down low. Ball tip. Nearly stolen and out of bounds. Gophers couldn't stay with it. Asama dove for it and couldn't quite get to the loose ball. 2.5 seconds to go. Baker Mazzara had an open 3 and then passed it up. And with now the coaching staff, Aaron Katzema pointing out that there's only 2.5 to shoot. Do you want to play whatever they decided? And now John Floyd is pushing Nico back into the coaching box. He was just trying to get his team's attention. It was loud in here and they couldn't hear. He wasn't at all upset about anything on a call. He was screaming to get his team's attention. He doesn't quite have the hard sole shoes Tubby Smith with the court stomp. All right, inbound here for Baker Mazzara, and he gets it on a return, missed the shot, rebound down low, Asar, and now a foul or a tie ball. One guy says foul, one guy says tie ball, and they're going to go with a foul on Minnesota, and Nico can't believe it. Oh my goodness, and that is the 5th on Asama, and it just wasn't a foul.
Yeah, it was definitely a tie ball right there.
Nico with a 6-point game has got to be careful. They're forcing everybody back. John Floyd. Only night in Big Ten. Only game tonight in the Big Ten, and these are the 3 dudes they assigned to it.
Yeah, that was a tough call right there by the ref.
And they've got a minute here to get Awesome out. Shinholster will come in. Student section letting the official know what they think of it. So it'll be Asar at the line. I mean, quite frankly, Asar came over the back of Asama originally. He had great position, did Isaac, and he just dispatched him, and the free throw is good. So Asama gets dispatched. Asar gets the foul, or doesn't get called for the foul, then gets tied up, and they call the 5th to eliminate the Gopher point guard, Asama. Lead is 5, 61-56. Another free throw here for Asar. And he got them both. 12 for him, and it's 62-56. Still a 2-possession game. The lead is 6. 3:20 to play. Plenty of time. Shinholster now will have to step up here. The freshman had it poked away. Gets into the backcourt. Now works back into the offensive end. No foul called on all kinds of contact. Tyson now gives back to Shinholster. Ball fake. Drives in. Kicks out Tyson. Open 3 right side. Got it! A triple from Tyson. He has 15 and the lead is 3 with 3 to play. 62-59 USC. Big bucket, and what a play by Shinholster to find the open man.
Yeah, huge shot right there by Tyson. The Gophers are going to get a stop right here.
Woods to Asar, way out front. He's trying to direct some traffic. Waiting, they space the floor. Now to Baker Mazzara, working on Reynolds, who's had the better end of it. Now to Asar, spinning at the free throw line. Ball deflected out of bounds by Shinholster, and 1.7 to shoot now for USC.
Yeah, they got to make sure Gophers want them to catch it going away from the basket. They want them to catch it going away from the basket, force them to catch it running out to the 3-point line.
Corner inbound for Woods. Gets the ball from Vern Harris, and now we'll try to inbound. Gets it in. Fadeaway shot is up and an air ball, and that'll be a shot clock violation as Baker Mazzaro was short on that one. I was going to say, if he threw another one in like he did, 10 minutes ago from right in front of the bench, that would have been something. But it's turnover number 15 for USC, and with 2.5 to go, a 3 here would tie it for Minnesota. It's a 1-possession game. Tyson, who just hit the 3, gets the ball on the wing left, working against Kofi. Gets a screen from Reynolds, takes it right in, spinning once, twice, bounces. Crocker Johnson, a slam dunk. Beautiful assist by Tyson. It's a 1-point game. 62-61 USC. 2:05 to play. Defense again, and the crowd
crowd, everyone on their feet here at the barn. 2 even to play. 14 to shoot. Baker Mazzaro with it way out at the slot. Working on Reynolds. Working to the baseline. Throws one up, in and out. Missed. Rebound. Tyson. Outlet Reynolds, and the Gophers can grab the lead. 1:40 to play. Reynolds to Tyson. Working on Kofi. Off of a screen. Trying to get downhill. Step back 16-footer. No. Back iron. Rebound tipped, and it comes off to Woods for the Trojans. 90 seconds to go. Everybody tired now. Baker Mazzaro, he's bent at the waist and at the knees, just hands on his knees. Look at him. He is either injured or just trying to catch a breath here. Now he comes to get the ball. With 10 to shoot, he's got it at the Cambria Court logo, waiting for a screen. Assar, they hedge it. Coming, pass down low to Assar. Spinning in the paint, up with a shot, missed it. Rebound, Tyson. 1:05 to go. Reynolds the outlet. Speeding into the offensive end. Finds a trailer, Tyson. Into the paint. Waiting, gives back to Reynolds. Under a minute to go. 55 seconds, Gophers down 1. And a timeout, Nico Medved.
Good timeout.
With 17 to shoot, 52.8 to play. Defensive play on the other end. Might have been some contact. No foul called, and Minnesota came the other way, and now we'll set it up on an inbound play down by 1.
Yeah, great job by Tyson of just taking over and, creating a mismatch for his team, finding Crocker Johnson, rolling to the basket for the nice dunk. And you could just tell by how they're playing, they're gutting it out there, giving it all they got. And great timeout right there by Coach Medved. You could see the team was really tired and gassed, and he wants to make sure that they get a quality look on this possession.
A bucket would give them a lead. They have not had the lead since it was 22-21 at right around the 8-minute mark. Let's see what they draw up on a sideline inbound. Tyson has 15, Durkin with 13, and Reynolds with a dozen. A 3 would give them a 2-point lead. A 2 would give them a 1-point lead. Possession arrow favors USC. Gophers with 1 timeout, and the Trojans with 2. Gophers trying to catch every last breath they can here before they set this play in motion. Reynolds will be the inbound man up the slot near side, right down in front of us. Reynolds gets the ball and gives to Shinholster, who pivots with 15, centering the ball. Double screens, bouncing to Reynolds. Reynolds now to Tyson. Working, and a foul called, and Tyson will go to the line. Trying to fight through the screen was a USC player, Kofi, and Kofi has just fouled out. And it's free throws here for Cade Tyson to try to give Minnesota the lead with 45 seconds to play.
Yeah, and that was a good play call by Coach Medved coming out the timeout. He got Tyson the ball at the elbow and had Reynolds screening at the other elbow because Reynolds' man is sagging in front of the basket, so Tyson could come off it and possibly pull up. However, he was able to come off it and draw a foul and send himself to the line.
Tyson 5 of 8 tonight, 82% on the year. Free throw and a 1-and-1. He is good, and we are tied. He's got 16. Gophers have hit 4 of their last 5 field goals and now have tied it at 62. This is a 10-2 run. Second one, also good. The Gophers lead by 1. Tyson with 17. Minnesota would love a stop here. Up 1. Clock is, they were rolling it. The clock now starts. 40 seconds to Woods, right of the arc. Gets a screen, working left toward the paint. Down low, pass block. Oh, and a foul called on a dunk attempt by Crocker Johnson. As the dunk attempt came from Dines. And he missed the dunk, and he got him, a little bit body, a little bit arm. But Gabe Dines, a junior, is 5 of 13 on the year at the line. That's 38.5%. And the student section, the barnyard, waving those pool noodles back there, trying to throw him off. 2 shots for Dines, 33 seconds to go. First one is no good. Now you got to box out. In fact, look at Langston Reynolds motioning to his teammates. Let's box out, fellas. Barnyard, again, waving those noodles back there. Dines to shoot another. Loud here in Gold Country. Free throw. Good. And we're tied at 63. There's a 3-second shot clock, game clock difference. So for all intents and purposes, the Gophers could likely hold for one here, or at least enough to where there wouldn't be much time left. They're going to use their final timeout as Shinholster brings it up into the offensive end and gets the timeout just crossing half court.
Wow. They were able to grit and grind and make it ugly and pull themselves back into it to tie the game and give themselves an opportunity to win right here. And I can only imagine down the stretch that they're going to go put that ball in Cade Tyson's hand. He's been pulling the wagon and be able to drag these Gophers back to tie this game. And it might be another, a little bit of action of Reynolds picking and rolling with Cade Tyson, as Reynolds' man has been sagging off. And so it'll be interesting to see if they keep the 7'5" gentleman Dines in the game, which I'm sure they will. But this is critical. This is big right here.
Huge. Minnesota, no timeouts and not the possession arrow, so they've got to be careful with the ball here. They're going to have to, one, inbound it first, and it's never an easy inbound there. And then two from the half, just inside half court, and then two, the tie ball, you can't use it as a weapon in this case. Like, remember last week, if they needed it, they could have used it at Northwestern. And then you got to thread the needle here, Al. You don't want to shoot too soon, but you don't want to get too patient either. Because if you would get a shot up with, say, 35 seconds left, there'd be about a second left on the shot clock. By the time that either made or missed, USC wouldn't have anything or very little time left. So you got to thread the needle of being patient, but not too patient where you don't get a good look at all.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, what Coach Medved draws up if he has the guys hold that ball out at the top of the key. And typically they may go with 8 seconds, 10 to 8 seconds on the shot clock to try and go create a shot.
And Reynolds is a downhill guy. He would likely be that guy should it come to that. Shinholster in for Osama, who is fouled out. Gophers with the other four starters in. It's Woods, Asar, Dines, Cornish now in, along with Baker Mazzara. Chance to possibly win the game here. Durkin into the backcourt with a pass to Reynolds. And USC, they're just going to let Reynolds wind time. Now, you want to watch the shot clock here if you're Minnesota to set it in motion, not the game clock. You can't afford a shot clock violation. 13 to shoot, 16 to play. Now to Shinholster with 10 to shoot. Here is Tyson with 8. Out front, backing down. They double him, lost it, got it back, spins. 8-footer is short. Rebound Asar with 4 seconds. He wants to bring it up. No timeout. Asar in the backcourt. Here's Woods, and a half quarter is no good. What do we got? A timeout called. Cornish called a timeout as the shot was going up. There's 0.1 right now on the clock, and USC didn't handle that very well. We're still tied 63. They, with 4 seconds, just took their time. I don't know what Asar thought. Did he think they were leading the game?
Well, he's a big man. He didn't know what he was doing. He got the ball in his hands. This is the first time he's bringing the ball up the court.
I mean, they have 2 timeouts. I'm shocked they didn't use one there, especially, and Cornish finally took it. And they're going to have to review this to see, 1, when the timeout occurred, and 2, how much time will go on the clock then. So there's 2 seconds. We got to watch Cornish here. He's calling the timeout. When does the ref see it? That's when it's got to happen. And with about 0.4. Now, he was trying to call it with 6 or 7 seconds, but the official was watching the ball and not Cornish, and it was too loud for him to hear. So it's got to be when the official recognizes it, not when the player starts to call it. Fair or unfair, that's the rule. It will likely be about 0.4 and a half-court inbound. But I'm telling you, with Chad Baker Mazzara, a half-court inbound with 0.4,
Yeah, he's been hitting everything, so you're right. He can be scary, so you want to keep it out of his hands. And on that last possession there, the Gophers got what they wanted. They got Tyson down there on the point guard, who's only 5'10", and however he turned around, fade away, wasn't able to get his legs tied up under and came a little bit short. But they've done a great job of really battling back to get themselves into one, just tooth and nail.
.63 all. The Gophers here hoping for, now at this point, overtime with USC to inbound. And they continue to look at the monitor and monitor the replay.
So again, we're watching the replay here. Cornish starts to call it with about 1.7, but Randy Brillo, the ref, is looking back at the ball, waiting, and when he puts his arm up, it's about 0.4, I would say. And there's 0.1 now.
I say give him 0.3.
That'd be fine, too. 0.2 means you'd have to tip it.
Right.
They still are discussing. Next question is the inbound will be near side in front of us, right near half court. Now they're delivering news to both, well, just the Minnesota bench. USC bench still waiting for an explanation, and here is Vern Harris to announce it.
The clock was adjusted to 0.3 seconds. It will be per the rule, since the ball was in front court status, the ball will be placed at the 28-foot line. USC's ball.
So that the slot there, and that matters because with 0.3 you can catch and shoot. You got to be quick with it, but they get an extra almost 15 feet because it was in the front court. They move it to the 28-foot line, and it won't be in front of us. It'll be in front of the USC bench.
Yeah, whatever they do, they want to force them catching the ball going away from the basket. They don't want him to get a lob, head into the basket, or tip by the 7'5" guy. They all want to force them to catch that going away from the basket. Grayson Grove on the ball. They want to get his hands as high as possible. Excuse me.
Yeah, no doubt. And if it's up toward the rim, you just got to bat it. Don't try to catch it.
Exactly.
Get a hand on it, deflect it. Just don't let them get a catch and a release near the rim. Because you're right. You got to figure the 7'5" guy is going to get something up by the rim. So you just got to make sure that you tip the ball. Woods will be the trigger man. Screens are set. And he fires it in, the spin, the shot. Oh, and they got a great look. It hit the rim. Man, what a play. That was Asar, and it hit the front, the back, and then out. Whew. Yep. Basketball gods looking good on you right there for Minnesota.
That was close.
That was a little dicey. As a good look, Asar caught it, stayed in the air, spun, shot it. Great, about an 8-footer, front rim, side rim, and off. And we are going to overtime. And for Minnesota, it will be overtime game number 2. Remember that crazy overtime game against Green Bay back in November. Minnesota won at 72-65. So Minnesota 1-0 in overtime. USC won a triple overtime game at home against Troy. Baker Mazzaro hit another one of those crazy shots. They were down 2, and he hit a 3 to win it at the buzzer. So they are also 1-0 in overtime. Gophers finish the game, or finish regulation, on a 12-4 run to go from down 8 to overtime here. And when the score was 60-52, if you'd have said overtime, you probably would have taken the OT at that point.
Oh, for sure. You definitely take the OT. And I just looked, Bobby Durkin and Kane Tyson, again, logged another 40 minutes. So those guys haven't come out the game yet. So hopefully they got, 5 more minutes left in the tank to push this one out and get this UCS Trojan team out of here.
Asama has fouled out, remember, so it'll be Shinholster here to start overtime. Kofi has fouled out for USC. And the big 7'5" man, Gabe Dines, will be in for the jump ball, working against Grayson Grove, who also starts overtime. So it'll be Grove, not Shinholster, to start overtime. Grove will be the jump ball man here against Dines. John Floyd will toss it up. And Grove controlled the tip, but it was USC who got the ball, but Grove got his hand on it. Here is Woods, and USC with its first crack here in overtime, 63-all to start the OT. Asar with it, gives to Brownell. He'll launch a 3 and hit it. He is a tall kid, 6'10", transfer from Samford, and he really is a pick and pop kind of 3 at 6'10", and at 66-63, USC has the first bucket of OT. 4.5 to go. Let's see if Minnesota has another rally in them. Here's Grove. He had a 3 in the first half. Back to the basket, gives to Tyson. He's got 17. Back to Grove out front. They sag off him. Crowd urges him to shoot. He doesn't. Now Durkin off of a Grove screen. Waits, bounces all into traffic, and it's loose, and it comes off to Asar. Not the right idea there for Durkin. Too much traffic there. And Woods will walk it up a minute into this OT. Minnesota down by 3. Asar with it, left wing. Gives to Brownell, who just hit the 3. Back out front, Asar. One dribble and back to Woods. 8 to shoot for the Trojans. Woods driving, floating shot off the window, no good. Rebound tip, and it's tipped out to Brownell. And USC with a second chance. USC winning the glass 38-27. Here's a kick into the corner for Woods. Had an open 3, doesn't take it. Now to Asar, top of the key. 8 to shoot for USC. Woods in a 2-man game with Asar. 5 with 4, working on Crocker Johnson with 2, with 1. Off-balance shot, didn't hit the rim. It'll be a shot clock violation. 3:22 to go in the OT. Minnesota down 3.
Yeah, and Tyson wants to try to get a handoff from Grove again and curl in that basket because Grove's man is sagging in. So if Tyson gets that handoff, he can get to that big sign and rise up for a three-pointer.
Here's Durkin. Now to Tyson. Ball fake, got his man in the air. Passes up a 3, bounces to Grove. Layup blocked. Blocked by the big man Dines. It was right at the rim, and it's recovered on the loose ball by Baker Mazzara. 3 minutes to go in OT. Minnesota down by 3. Tyson missed the shot at the end of regulation. And then Asar missed his shot and a chance to win it. And USC with the only points of the OT. And they're taking their time with 9. Here is a shot that's an air ball by Baker Mazzara. Rebound Grove. Here come the Gophers on the run. Pass ahead Tyson in rhythm 3 for the tie. Yeah! Cade Tyson knocks it up. 66-66. What a advanced pass from Langston.
Yeah, great job right there by Reynolds to notice it's the broken floor and let's try to get an easy bucket and was able to find Tyson for the 3.
Tyson with 20, 66 apiece. Woods at the Cambria Court logo. Top of the key, left side, Brownell. Wants to drive, cut off by Tyson. Back to Woods on Durkin. 8 to shoot for USC. They've slowed the pace down. 5 to shoot. Woods on Durkin. Gives to Brownell with 3. Long 3. Short. Rebound. Back tapped. And Reynolds has the rebound with 2 minutes to play. Reynolds motors into the offensive end. Finds Tyson. Ball fake. Open 3. Right wing. That's off the mark. Rebound tip. Crocker Johnson got it. Kick out Durkin. His 3 in the air for the lead. Back iron no. And the rebound bobbled. Fought for. Bodies on the deck. And tie ball. Minnesota basketball. Musselman hates the call. Gopher fans love the call. And Minnesota with a 3rd crack at it to take the lead with now 1:46 to play.
Yeah, great job right there by all the Gophers just fighting for that offensive rebound. Continue to fight, getting hands on it. And Tyson was able to tie him up.
Shinholster coming in, trying to figure out who to come in for, and Grove will come out. He's trying, I think Shinholster says, all right, what number am I?
Right.
Where am I playing here? Grove, good minutes there. And now Musselman will counter with Cornish. No, he won't. Now he says, I don't want a sub. I think they thought Reynolds came out, and he did not. Lob in for Reynolds. He's all alone, won't shoot. Now to Tyson. Wants to drive back to Reynolds. Reynolds with it. Now he takes it to the rim. Kick back out. Crocker Johnson a 3 for the lead. No good. And the rebound comes out to Woods. Boy, Minnesota with 3 open 3s there.
And you know what? At this point, Reynolds being wide open, that might be our best look at the top of the key to shoot the 3. He already knocked down 1.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shy about it. 1:20 to go. USC has slowed this game down big time. 3 points each team. 12 to shoot for the Trojans. Here comes Baker Mazzara working on Reynolds, keeping him in front with 8, with 7. 1:10 to play. Good D by Reynolds. Working off of a screen. Pass down low, Azar. Spinning, fading, shot good at the shot clock expired. Good play, and Azar gives the Trojans the lead 68-66. Under a minute to go, 56 seconds. Reynolds out front. They leave him open. He doesn't shoot. Tyson off of a screen. He'll fire a 3 for the lead. No. Rebound tipped up over the backboard, and it'll be Minnesota ball. Asar tipped it. Now he wants a review because Shinholster also in the neighborhood. And USC does have a review, and he is asking for a review. Now, he says he doesn't want a review now.
And I'm not sure he even has one, right? Didn't he use one and lose it on the appeal on the shot?
He over there like, give me your review. And he's like, no, don't give me your review.
And these guys don't know if he has one or not. They finally figure it out. And they got to put 20 on the shot clock, and they finally do. All right, Tyson to inbound. Boy, Minnesota's missed 5 straight shots. Here's on the inbound. Tyson finds Reynolds down low, missed the shot out of bounds, and it stays Minnesota ball with 15. That was a point blanker, but it was blocked from behind. Dines is really creating some havoc down low with his length, that's for sure. They now have 5 blocked shots. Good pass. Oh, that wasn't Dines. I beg your pardon. That was Asar.
No, but Dines is creating all that and forcing them to make those extra passes because he's so tall.
Reynolds, they sag off him with 10. Now to Durkin in the corner. Comes off of a screen. Spinning into the paint. Finds a cutting Shinholster. Ball fake. Pivots. Out to Crocker Johnson. His 3 for the lead. Yes, sir! Crocker Johnson's 3rd straight game with a late go-ahead triple. 69-68 Minnesota. 27 seconds to go. Shot clock off. And let's see if USC wants to hold for one, down by 1. Woods gives to Baker Mazzara with 15 seconds to go. Game in the balance. Baker Mazzara got tripped by Reynolds on the drive. Accidental foot got crossed up, but it's tripping nonetheless, and now Baker Mazzara is staying on the deck here.
He's just trying to catch his breath. He ain't hurt. He's trying to catch his breath. And they have to notice that, Coach Musselman is not calling any timeouts, and Mazzara is gassed. And so right there, you want to force him to throw up something wild. You don't want to swipe on that one with Reynolds. You don't want to send him to the free throw line.
Watching the replay, that was very much Shea Gilgeous-Alexander-like. There wasn't much of a trip watching the replay.
Yeah, he was, and he's tired, so he was
losing his balance. Yeah,
falling around. That's why he laid on the ground. He wasn't hurt. He's trying to catch his breath.
So the Gophers have 1 timeout. At the line is Baker Mazzara, 1-1. He's an 89% free throw shooter. Eric Musselman's wanting to know why it's not a 2-shot situation. And he's continuing to catch his breath now, talking to the referee. I've never seen a team delay the game as much as USC does.
That's gamesmanship. It's crafty. It's like, hey, I'm going to lay on the ground.
All right, so it's a 1-1. 89% foul shooter. Baker Mazzara, he's a veteran at the line. Student section giving him the business for the tie. Good. And those are his first points in a while. He's now at 28. And this for the lead. Still time, 10.9 seconds for the Gophers. Either way. Baker Mazzara takes a deep breath, dribbles, and the left-hander. Free throw, good. USC the lead. Tyson will inbound in the backcourt, 70-69. Reynolds quickly up, gets a timeout with 8.1 seconds to go. Minnesota trailing by 1 with 8 seconds. And what a ball game we have here. Gophers with an opportunity to win a game here late for a 3rd straight night and try to get to 4-1.
Yeah, this has turned into a true barn burner, and in my mind, you go to Cade Tyson, you play off him. Jalen Crocker Johnson was able to knock down one. Durkin's knocking him down, but you want to play off him. You want him to drive to the basket, either take the shot or draw the double or triple team and pass to his teammates for an open shot. So that's in my mind who I will be looking for them to go to is Cade Tyson.
And if Tyson gets in some traffic, just fall down.
Yes, right.
And get to the line.
Exactly.
Sideline inbound right at the Minnesota bench, right at that 28-foot mark. 8.1. Gophers with no timeout, so they got to get it inbounded. Possession arrow favors USC. On the floor, Durkin, Shinholster, Crocker Johnson, who hit the big go-ahead 3. Now down 1, Minnesota with the ball. Reynolds and Tyson the rest. 4 lined up, including the inbounder, with Tyson down on the block. The inbound goes right to Tyson. Back to the basket with 7, with 6. Spinning, had it poked away, gets it back with 3. Throws up an off-balance shot, no good. Tipped out of bounds. It'll be USC ball with .2, and the Trojans are going to win the game. tough look there for Tyson. He was behind the backboard and angling, just a tough angle shot as they tried to ISO their best player, and it was very, very well defended. And with .2, there's really not much chance here. Inbound, and that will do it. And the Gopher 5-game winning streak is over, and USC wins it by 1, 70-69. Gophers fall to 10-6 overall, 3-2 in the Big Ten. USC gets its second Big Ten win, now 2-3, and go to 13-3 overall. Post-game show coming up. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
The human heart. It doesn't take days off, or hours, minutes, or seconds for that matter. It just keeps beating in steadfast, unrelenting service to each of us. So when your heart needs medical care, doesn't it deserve the most advanced treatments available, delivered by nationally recognized physicians and surgeons? Show your heart some love. Take it to M Health Fairview. Visit mhealthfairview.org/heartcare to learn more.
You depend on CenterPoint Energy to deliver energy for what matters most to you, your neighbors, and throughout the land of 10,000 lakes, so we can all make a better tomorrow. That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save you money. Look ahead at centerpointenergy.com/futuremn.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
The holidays remind us of what matters most: family, love, and being together. At the Wellshire Memory Care, residents and families share those moments every day, surrounded by compassionate care and a community that feels like home. As we celebrate this season, let's honor the dignity of our loved ones and cherish the joy they bring. From everyone at the Wellshire, may your holidays be filled with peace, comfort, and lasting memories. The Wellshire, where dignity, care, and joy live together.
I'm Clay Geary, former wide receiver for the Minnesota Gophers.
And I'm Ben Utek, U of M alumni, Super Bowl champion, and Tony Dungy Uncommon Award winner.
We understand championship culture, which is why we are part of the True North family of companies.
True North invests in only elite teams, like the champion team at True North Mergers and Acquisitions, Minnesota's largest seller of companies. To learn more about True North and our diverse family of independently owned companies, visit thetruenorthfamily.com.
This has been Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield. Gopher basketball has been brought to you by Minnesota Lottery. If you're game for a little excitement, just say, I'm in. This is the Gopher postgame show.
Southern Cal gets the win tonight in overtime in Minneapolis, 70-69. Time for the scoring summary, brought to you by alumni-owned True North Mergers and Acquisitions, part of the True North family of companies. True North M&A serves business owners with companies generating up to $250 million in revenue. Let's take you through the Gopher scoring. 20 points for Cade Tyson. He had a couple of chances, one late in regulation, one late in overtime to put Minnesota up, and unfortunately didn't get either to drop. Bobby Durkin with 13, 12 for Langston Reynolds. Jalen Crocker-Johnson with 10. Thought maybe his shot was going to be the key because he put him up late. Third straight game, he had a late game 3 that put his team up, but all for naught tonight. Osama followed out with 8 points. Grayson Grove had 6. Kai Shinholster played and did not score. Chad Baker-Mazzara coming off of a bit of a struggle his last couple of games at Michigan and at Michigan State. 16 total, just 4 against Michigan State. Didn't even start. Well, tonight he had 29 points. 14 for Ezra Assar. Those the only 2 in double figures. Kofi had 9. Dines is a factor. He had 9. 4 points for Cam Woods, 2 for Cornish, 3 for Brownwell. Easter, Williams, and Marsh played and did not score. That's the scoring summary, brought to you by alumni-owned True North Mergers and Acquisitions. They should be on your team roster if you're selling your business. Understand your options and maximize your results quietly and confidentially. Visit tnma.com. Before we take our next break, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification all across the great state of Minnesota and the entire upper Midwest. This is the Gopher Sports Network. 70-69, USC gets the win in overtime. Stay with us. This is Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
No matter how you drive it, there's a Ford for you. On the work site or out in the town, F-Series trucks provide power and toughness when you need it most. It's what makes them the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. When adventure calls, the Bronco family always answers. That's because they're made for the great outdoors. With a flexible interior, the Ford Explorer adapts towards your needs. Visit your local Northland Ford dealers to find the perfect Ford for you. Plus, a great offer to go along with it. Based on 1977 to 2024 CY industry reported total sales.
Imagine getting insider access to your favorite Gopher student athlete, exclusive events, behind-the-scenes content, and unique experiences that bring you closer than ever. That's what you get as a member of Dinkytown Athletes. With memberships starting at just $10 a month, every membership directly supports Gopher student athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them grow on campus and beyond. Take your fan experience to the next level. Visit DinkytownAthletes.com today.
Today's game is brought to you by Sleep Number. This is Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball from Learfield.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
You depend on CenterPoint Energy to deliver energy for what matters most. To you, your neighbors, and throughout the land of 10,000 lakes, so we can all make a better tomorrow. That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save you money. Look ahead at centerpointenergy.com/futuremn.
Golden Gopher men's hockey is back at 3M Arena at Mariucci for the 2025-26 season, and single game tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out on any of the action. Get your tickets at gophersports.com.
Welcome back. Post-game show from the barn. Southern Cal, first road team to win in this building this year. Gophers now 9-1 at home. Good string there, 9-0 to start the year. And it's 70-69 in overtime. Minnesota takes the loss here on its home floor. 10-6 now for Minnesota, 3-2 in the Big Ten. And let's hear how this game unfolded. Assar, now a backdoor cut. Easter goes up. Shot blocked by Reynolds. Rebound Minnesota. Chance to take the lead. It's Reynolds to Crocker Johnson. Three left side. Oh, net. Jalen Crocker Johnson missed his first, made his second. Cade Tyson missed his first, made his second. Gophers on a 6-0 run, have a 3-point lead. Here's the three on the other end. Bobby buckets. Bobby Durkin with 7 early points in Minnesota. Back out front by 1, 18-17. Shinholster to Grove, back to the basket. Back to Tyson now, working on Assar. Now to Asama, open three, and he knocked it down. He's got 2 triples, and the Gophers back up top by 2. 23, make it 25-23. Tyson got his man in the air, so he steps left for a 3, and it's no good. Shinholster offensive rebound, finds a cutting Tyson, works in, through contact, layup, good. Good job, a second chance opportunity there for the Gophers, and they lead by 4. Crocker Johnson working on Brownell, takes it right to him. Got his man up in the air, got fouled and got the and one as he made the bucket. Good job as he went right through the chest of Brownell, and that cuts it to 8, 48-40. Woods, they hedge on him, working left. Now to Assar out front. Now back to Baker Mazzara with 27 points tonight. Oh, and Reynolds picked his pocket. He's bringing it the other way for a ground, and the lead is 4. Reynolds coming to life. There's the jet fuel, and it's a 4-point contest, 60-56. Tyson now gives back to Shinholster. Ball fake. Drives in.